What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets here with my co-host JohnnyKpicks. What's up, Johnny? How you doing today?
I'm ready. It's Oliveira fight day, and I'm ready. Got my bet in. Everyone thought I wasn't gonna bet him. You guys are crazy. Y'all forgot who Oliveira is. That's all I'm gonna say.
Forgot. Hell
Must
yeah.
forgot.
We got two great guests for this pay-per-view card, man. We got Artem with Artem MMA Analysis, and we got my boy Josh with Mr. Plus Money. Artem, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm good. It's Olive's fight day, and couldn't be happier. Really ready for Charles Oliveira. Absolute domination, start to finish. Fight's not going to last longer than 2 minutes. I told Johnny last night it's going to be Charles Oliveira all day.
Sir.
I like it. Where can everybody find you, Artem? Find all your great content.
Artem MMA on YouTube is kind of like my main thing, but I do have an Instagram as well, Artem MMA Analysis, so it's a bit longer.
Yep. Yeah. And I follow you on both, putting out great content all the time, man. Josh, Mr. Plus Money, man. What's up with you? How you doing today, man?
Yo, Saturday, the best day of the week, fight day. Man, I get excited for these. And do Bronx, man, to piggyback on that. I don't know about being 2 minutes or less, but I could see a second round stoppage.
Yes, sir. Where can we find all your stuff at, Josh? Mr.
Plus Money? Bad. Yeah, all social medias, guys, at Mr. Plus Money. A couple of them have the extra Y, but Mr. Plus Money for the most part. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter.
Yep, dude, you got a lot of stuff going on. Got the Instagram with the Miami Heat bet, $100 for that. You put it in before the playoff started?
Yep. So before the play-in, we took the Miami Heat to win the whole thing. $100 would pay 210 to 1, so 21,000.
Yeah.
Not looking good anymore, but we still got hope, and I'm not cashing out. So we'll see what happens. And
go, let it ride.
Let's go Heat. Hopefully they can take a game or two, and maybe I'll cash out. I don't know.
Probably right. You get up good enough, get it back to like even or something. They're offering like 10, 15 grand, but that's a sharp bet, dude. And it's been fun, man. I've been watching it the whole time. And especially through the whole Boston thing when they were up and Boston came back, dude. It's been really, really cool. But yeah, definitely everybody, check out JohnnyKpicks stuff, my stuff, and then check these dudes out. And your guys' link is in the description. I put in Mr. Plus Money on Instagram. Artem, your link's in there. Everybody check all that stuff out. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat, man. We got Abraham Khan. What is up? He said, let's go, Abraham, man. We're gonna win some good money today. Give out some good bets, some good jokes, all that stuff. Ryan Jordan, what is up? Always hanging out with us at Fight Day Killer Panel. Yes, sir. It's gonna be a good fight too. It's gonna be a good fight card. It's only 11 fights, but there's good fights in them 11. It's solid. Saba, what's up? He said, what's up, people? He said, good luck tonight with your predictions and bets. Let's make some money. Yes, sir. Did you put in any bets tonight, Saba? I know we keep getting robbed and stuff. It's been bad the last month and a half, 2 months, but it's gotta change, dude. Starting next month with the next pay-per-view that they actually got a ton of crazy fights on. I think it's gonna get better from there on out because there's been a lot of suspect cards this year, man. John Newquist, what is up, man? Everybody go follow John on Twitter. He puts out all kinds of good posts about all kinds of stuff, but he's always supporting the channel. He's always supporting people in the community, and we thank you for coming out tonight.
Yes, sir.
Hanging out before the fights. Tiger Picks MMA, Vernon White. This is Vernon White's son. I don't know if you guys know Vernon White from back in Vernon Tiger White back in the day, but he's got a new YouTube page up, Tiger Picks MMA. Everybody should go check it out, man. He's put out his second full card breakdown video this week. It's getting better each week, man. And he really knows the stuff, and he puts in his work and his time. So appreciate you hanging out with us, Tiger. Got the goats up there. 4 goats. Yes, sir. Bias Bets, my dude. What is up? Everybody follow Bias Bets too on Twitter, man. He puts out a lot of good information. He said, let's go. Fight card brought to you by Poutine and Labatt Blue. Yeah.
I like me a Molson myself, but
I like the French fries with gravy on them. You ever had the French fries and gravy up there?
Oh, disco fries.
Yeah, they're good. They drink milk out the bag, though. They get the milk in the bag, I think.
Yo, come on, man. When you're Costa Rica, you get the juice in the bag. It's normal.
Everything comes. I want to go to Costa Rica bad too. I've been up to Canada a lot. I love it up there.
That's where my wife's from, so I'm lucky enough to get to go to Costa Rica.
Hell yeah!
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yes, and you're already, look at you. You're in paradise right now. I can see it in the background, man.
It's a nice day to be Mr. Plus Money. I'm not gonna lie. We're having a good time. We're on the show here, and fights start in just a couple hours, man. You doesn't get better than this.
Nope. Sun's out. Fights are about to come on. Great show.
Sun's out, guns out. Let's go.
Let's see. Derek said, I lost a third of my betting account on PFL last night because of loft nuts. I need to get it back tonight. We'll get it back.
That was rough,
was that a body kick? I didn't get to watch the fight.
It was a knee. It was a knee to the head.
Okay, because like when I was watching it, they kept calling it a liver kick. Like I only seen the quick replay.
I thought it was a knee to the head.
It almost looked like he wanted it to be a body kick, but
he dipped into it.
Yeah,
because Lofton went caught with the knee.
Yeah, he got caught with the knee when Pinedo was throwing the kick, but
kind of like Aljamain with Marlon Moraes.
Somewhat, I guess. Yeah. I personally didn't really rate Loughnane that highly, but I didn't see that coming at all. I thought Loughnane was going to win, but I wasn't convinced Loughnane was going to win the season again. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that the Russian guy that trains like with Khabib and all that is going to win. He's like 21-0 or something.
Oh,
yeah. Maverick Kavaliyev. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Loughnane was the only favorite I left out of my PFL card, only because the value wasn't there, man. That should have been a minus 300, minus 320. He was minus 650. I didn't see any value. I left him off my card, and I swept the board every single play that I picked up PFL.
See, I'm glad my casino screwed me over again and wouldn't release. That's why I had to drop 4 bets yesterday, because my casino wouldn't release the prop lines, and I actually waited it out this week. And I don't know, man. Freaking, I would have put a bet in on the PFL, and I probably would have had Laughlin in there just because, no tape study, just big bets, or just picking favorites mostly, or people I know, and I know Laughlin, but that's why I hate doing that, and I usually don't because I'm guessing. But we'll get that money back tonight, Derek. Moy's Audio, what is up? He said, Artem, you the guy who trained with McGregor, right? Yeah, he's the
same one.
He's on Ultimate Fighter.
I've got my signature right there, actually. Artem Lobov. So someone in the chat just said that the title says UUC, not UFC, as well, Cody, just to bring that one up.
I do see it. Yeah, it does say UUC.
Yeah.
What's
but that? No, as for Artem though,
the title for the YouTube
signature right there. Artem Lobov signature right there on my door.
I see it. Oh wait, so you're saying what the title I put up for the UFC for this thing?
Yeah.
What's it
say?
It
says UUC. It's okay though. People get it.
I knew that.
It's a new fighting league. It's a new fighting league.
I knew
that. It's ultimate challenge.
These guys. Thanks for hanging out, Moyes. Everybody check out Moyes on Twitter too. Yeah, but Effie, Any Action Sportscast, what is up? So what's good, y'all? Everybody check out Any Action Sportscast. Our boy Effie, big part of the community, puts out great picks every single week, puts out all kinds of content on Twitter. He's funny too, so check him out there too. But appreciate you hanging out tonight, Effie. Give out what was there, basketball game or anything on tonight? Let's see what's your bet? Hockey. Let's get them hockey bets. Effie, let us know. Ice Viking, what is up? He's up there in Canada. He's up there in Canada for this fight. Appreciate you coming out, Ice Viking, hanging out with us. Harden. Jenna Marie, what is up? Appreciate you coming out and hanging out as always. It's awesome in the community just to get like a bunch of the same people that just come hang out every single week, have a good time, talk. But appreciate you coming out, Jenna. Everybody follow Jenna too on Twitter. Effie said, "Hey Josh, I'm taking the Panthers money line tonight." So Effie must know you too. You know Effie?
I probably know Effie. But yeah, me too. Panthers money line, tie in the series. That should be an easy bag, guys.
Let's go. Tiger said, I follow Artem, just finding out Plus Money, but let's cash them dogs today. Yep, both of them. Artem's great money, great people. So's Mr. Plus Money. It's gonna be a good show. Carlos said, JohnnyKpicks afraid to bet. Oh, I seen you sent me that earlier too. I'll get back to you on that. He sent me that earlier. I forgot to message you back because I was gonna make it 50. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! I got too many side bets, man. Trust me.
Saba said, I played Chris Lee to fuck his scorecards at minus 800. Yeah, and that's what he does too.
Exactly. Apparently, he is going to be judging the last
the
fight.
The same three judges that screwed over Kai Kara France are judging this fight. The same three. There's no reprimands, no nothing.
Those are the UFC best, right there.
They flew
the biggest problem with the scorecard though is that a judge gave Amir Albazi the fourth round.
You can't do that. And then they like he's judging this week, like not even his bosses. He don't have no bosses that's like, hey man, you need to come in here and explain that. And they're like, we're gonna suspend you for a week because it's weird. Nothing.
If it was split decision, first, second, and third rounds for Amir Albazi, fourth and fifth for Kai France, it wouldn't be nearly as bad as the fourth round going to Amir Albazi.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Because there was a clearly.
The first three rounds were close. Well, Amir Albazi clearly won the third, but the first two were quite close, and there are debates to be had. But the fourth and fifth were clearly Kai France rounds, and giving the fourth to Amir Albazi is just a little bit.
That would be like Kai getting the win and that judge giving Kai the third round, because at the end he's only been hit with 3 elbows for 10 seconds. Exactly. That's the equivalent.
They got to start checking the coffee mugs over there on that on the scorecard table.
It's craziness, dude. John
or the ashtrays, at least.
Something, bro. Something. They're doing something.
There's something going on. Yeah, they're getting paid by the mafia or something, dude. Or the casinos. John, appreciate the donation, dude. $10. He said, I really appreciate that. That's an awesome dono, man. He said, who's going to get the first round KO? For sure.
I don't know, man. If anything, it maybe Malott.
I'm happy to pitch in on this one. First round KO, I think likely. I mean, I think if Aoriq-Lang wins, it's probably by a KO. So potentially in the first round. Dan Ige maybe could come out swinging because Nate Landwehr is hittable. But yeah, as Johnny said, I think Mike Malott probably is most likely for a first round KO, but I am picking him to win by submission because he's a grappler. So I think Malott probably subs him, but that's my 2 cents there to respond to the donation.
Oh,
yeah. Appreciate it, John. I think it's Charlie Olives. I think he has the best chance to go on. Just I've seen it enough. And Benio, dude, gets hurt by like Drakkar Close and them guys.
True.
I think
Anthony Hernandez.
There's some good enough plus money at just some knockouts that you don't have to go chasing it for the first round.
Right.
Just my opinion. But yeah, I mean, if there is one, Mike Malott's got to get it done.
Proper Mike Malott. Adam Fugitt got some.
Could come out swinging. Ige could come out swinging, and that's another one. You know, you got to be scared of that.
I think. Yeah.
The main event. You know,
Nunes could. True. Yeah.
Irene could clip Nunes. That's how she would win. Is a knockout. Just so we're on that.
Definitely. Ice Fight said we have in the
first round.
Oh, he said we have plastic jugs in BC, Canada. He said, I do remember bag milk when I was a kid in the 80s. I remember going up there. When I went up there, though, it was the 90s. Actually, when I was a kid and did that, that might have been like 95 back in the day, the good old days. Josh says, yeah, I got to change that. Eric the Red, what is up, man? He said, what's up, guys? He said, I hope all is well. Let's get this bread tonight. Oh, we're going to get it. Oh, man, Tajik Bey in the chat, the GOAT of MMA. What is up, Tajik Bey? I seen he just moved out to the UK, showing some pictures of some pretty good food, different food. I would try it when I get out there. But, yeah, man, hey, man, appreciate you coming out and hanging out and commenting and give some credibility to the show right there, man. Appreciate that. And good luck tonight, Tajik. You got some good picks and good bets, and I'm sure. I've seen the picks. I'm sure you got good bets. I like the UUC better. I did that so quick. Is the Mexican UFC? Yeah, well, they're taking over, so it might as well be. And if Aldana wins tonight and there's 4 Mexican champions, sheesh. I don't think
Let's not get too crazy. Let's not get too crazy, Cody.
It's like it's in the cards, man. But yeah.
It's possible.
Also, Yair is technically not the champion.
I mean, the dude's got a belt. Josh C said,
he's got a belt. I'll give it to him.
It's Josh C.
It's like that plastic belt you get when you're a kid.
I don't know, dude. If anybody could beat Alexander Volkanovski, it's Yair, and only because he throws such crazy wild strikes that, like, because nobody in there is just gonna go out and beat Volkanovski in a 5-round fight. Besides fucking Islam, and that's even if he can do it. But somebody that's going to go out there is going to hit him with a crazy body shot or some crazy head kick he don't see, because and Yair is the most craziest striker in that division by far. But
I got Ilya beating Volkanovski in 2 years.
He said, you guys think Malott will fold under the pressure from being the biggest prospect for the Canadians tonight. Yes, he will. He's going to fold under the pressure of that Fugitt beating elbows.
No, he's rising to the occasion. He rose to the occasion on the pay-per-view. He's going to rise to the occasion in the performance. Malott first round finish, I reckon.
Ooh.
I hope you're right, Artem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see, John. Yeah, Chris Lee, that guy.
All I'm going to be thinking about is Cody cashing if Mike Malott loses.
He's going to lose, boys. I'm telling you. Like, it's not, bro, it's not even. You got to watch the Michael Morales fight, and you'll know Adam Fugitt can definitely beat Mike Malott.
I will substitute a Fugitt win if Olives wins. Totally cool.
I'll take them both. I bet Olives too, but we need the under. A lot of us need that under too. And we'll get to it. Let's hear it. Bunny Hunter, my boy, what is up? He's down there in Florida too. He said, "What's up, guys?" So let's fucking go. Johnny Dariush,
crazy.
Smash your boy. I don't like that, Bunny Hunter. I didn't see you said all that when I gave you all them props.
Come on,
man. Traitor.
Appreciate you coming out though.
I said that in the report.
Dev the dude, what is up? MMA Jesus 420. Everybody check him out on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere, dude. He puts out picks on all kinds of sports, on all kinds of everything. He's a good dude, and he agreed with a lot of my picks this week. So that's good. That's very good. How we doing? Luke, what is up, y'all? What's up, Luke? Appreciate you coming out. He said, I hope everyone has a good night. Pray for Donald Trump. Pray for the Russian RU. Yeah. Prayers out there. Effie said, I'm going to be at the fight. I think Yair will look good, man. Yeah, he's good. Lake, Mr. Plus.
Everyone's forgetting again. Everyone's forgetting who Volkanovski is.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was going to say it too. Like, Volkanovski looked so good against Makhachev.
Everybody loves these new shiny toys, and they forget who's freaking amazing.
It's like, well, here's the thing to me, what it's like. It's like nobody to me is really going to go out there and just like outpoint John Jones in a 5-round fight. Like the only person that's going to beat him is like an Ngannou that's going to catch him with a big shot, or freaking Belfort that hits him with the arm bar out of nowhere. That like the closest I seen John Jones getting beat was Vitor Belfort or Dominic Reyes or Thiago Santos. Mushroom MMA, man, what's up? All right, yeah, we're about to start this too. Mushroom, what is up? Everybody check out Mushroom MMA, dude, on YouTube, on Twitter, putting out great videos, always in the community, shouting out people, having a good time, and commenting on people's stuff. So appreciate all that, Mushroom. And
what up, Mushroom?
I need to see some more lunch pictures, man. I need to see some more of them lunch. I really do miss him. He can eat so much food, and he puts up, and it's the best food in Philly. So appreciate you coming out, Mushroom, hanging out. Fight of the night, probably Dariush. It's got to be Dariush Oliveira.
Fight of the night, that's such a tough question.
I would say it's Ige or Nate the Train or Olives and Dariush. Those are my two fight of the nights for sure.
It's got to be Dariush.
Not Nate the Train. Nate the Train for sure.
Nate the Train always brings it. Olives always brings it. It's gonna be fights of the night right there.
Yeah, that
Curtis and Imavov fight should be.
That could be good.
Special. I don't know.
Could be good.
I have a sports interaction, and they have a new bet on which fight will finish first. Malott, Fugitt, Amanda Nunes, Dariush Olives. I'd go Malott. Fugitt was going to hit him with that.
If you want the value,
biscuit.
Olives.
Yeah, I do like that. Lake, yeah, dude. This might be an early night tonight. I'm so confident in Fugitt. It's weird. Chase and Amanda winning.
Weirdly confident.
One of them, Johnny K, is weirdly confident. Yeah. Artist Nate the Train. Bunny Hunter, depending on how all the Canadians do prior to Malott, that's when I'll decide to bet. They could go over. Like, to be honest, Canadians got a kind of a tough road here. Charles Oliveira. Hello, friends. Who's on me? Johnny's definitely on you. He would be if you let him.
Oh man, that's weird.
No, most of here is betting Charlie Oliveira. Remember that last time with the that was bad luck with the Islam when they came on.
We had so many viewers on that stream as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's a normal count for the viewers?
Usually about 50, and then
50 and up, depending on who else is streaming.
All right, yeah. I shared it to my story, so let's see what we do.
Let's go. D boys, Mr. Plus Money. What's up, D boys? Appreciate you hanging out, supporting the channel, supporting the boy. That's awesome. So what's up, Artem and Plus Money?
About 57 right now.
Stay tuned, guys. We're about to give out some picks, go over the whole call,
Alrighty.
front to back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, we're about to start right now. Waldo Bets,
Oh.
easily appreciate you coming out. Waldo Bets, Abraham Khan again. Odds on Oliveira and Belvita fight of the night. Yeah, right. Let's go. Let's start this, boys. All right. First fight that I have is going to be David Dvorak and Steve Ursegg. Artem, I'll let you start this one.
Okay, I've got David Dvorak in this one here. I mean, I know a little bit about Steve Ursegg. I'm from New Zealand, and I have been familiar with him. Actually, I've actually talked to him and his team before, actually, on Instagram. But I am going to pick Dvorak in this one here, and I believe the odds for this one here are somewhat interesting because Steve Ursegg, I think, when he was going to fight Clayton Carpenter in his UFC debut, was a massive underdog. I think he was actually a bigger underdog against Clayton Carpenter than he is against David Dvorak, who is a top 10 opponent. And short notice as well on top of that. Now, the reason why Steve Ursegg has struggled to find fights in the US is because he's struggling to get a visa. He's meant to be on Dana White's Contender Series in 2021 against Clayton Carpenter. And then Clayton Carpenter got signed after he beat the Mexican guy. Forgot his name. But,
is it Valdez?
He beat Ronderos.
No,
he beat Ronderos
okay.
in the UFC, but I think he beat somebody else on the Contender
He beat
series.
someone before on the Contender Series. But anyway, they're actually meant to fight in the UFC, but Ursegg's struggling to get a visa. So he's got this short notice fight in Canada. But as for the fight, I mean, Ursegg can scrap on the feet, but he's hittable. And I think Dvorak is probably going to keep the fight on the feet. I don't think he wants it to the ground. If you do look at the stats, Dvorak hasn't really gotten any fights to the ground. I think he's actually only ever got a couple of successful takedowns in the UFC. He has shot for takedowns, I believe, in almost every single fight. But for the most part, he's going to want it on the feet, where I think he's the better striker. And I think he can outpoint Steve Ursegg to a decision. But maybe he can find a TKO if Ursegg does maybe slow down after shooting for takedowns, because that's what he wants. He wants the fight to the ground. Ursegg is a grappler, but I think Dvorak's going to outstrike him on the feet. That's kind of it.
I like it. Johnny, who you got?
Yeah, I'm on Dvorak as well. I think he's the better striker for sure. He's good enough on the feet or on the mat if it does get there. And I just don't get the Ursegg love. I know he's a good grappler, but Dvorak's line went all the way down to minus 260, and I think he started about minus 400. So I don't want to say I took a shot, but I'm taking his line. I bought the dip, so I have him parlay. I think he's a top 10 guy, and this is a short notice newcomer to the UFC. So give me Dvorak here. I like him a lot as a parlay piece, and I think he'll win this one, either by decision or like a late knockout, like Artem said.
I like it. Mr. Plus Money. Who do you got?
No real pick on this fight. Ursegg is unknown for me. I haven't seen anything from him. Dvorak obviously has been in the UFC for a minute, coming off 2 L's. I feel like it's kind of a setup fight for him to get a W at this point, and maybe let this green guy take an L and still probably show what he can do and get his spot in the UFC and maybe get another fight. Yeah, short notice. I'm staying away from it. I think it could go either way. Just don't know enough about this guy, but what's supposed to happen? Yeah, Dvorak's supposed to win. I'm leaving it out of parlays though. It's just unknown for me.
Right. Yeah. I left it out too. I'm leaning like Ursegg's striking is not that great. I mean, it's weird. It doesn't look that great. He did throw that left hook that knocked the one dude out. It was weird. He just like stepped in through a left hook, hit the dude, and the dude just went. But I don't think his striking is all that great. But he has decent wrestling. It's not like traditional to drop it, like changing levels and going for double legs, but he'll try to take a dude's back standing and trip him with his leg in between their leg and stuff like that. And he's pretty good at it on the regional scene. We don't know how that's going to translate into the UFC, but I think he can be decent. He's got some fights and stuff, but on this one, I think it's going to be like Effie said in the chat, a sprawl and brawl for Dvorak. I think Dvorak should be able to stop the takedowns. He's going to have better wrestling, in my opinion, and then his striking should be way better. And it's the leg kicks. The leg kicks is what's going to be the big thing in this fight, because Ursegg, when he's striking, he doesn't use any movement. He kind of plods forward, side to side. And Dvorak, if you watch him fight Espinoza, tearing up the leg with leg kicks. So I think that's going to be a big part of it. And then maybe he goes upstairs with some big shots and gets to finish late. But I don't really got a good read on the over-under either. But I do think Dvorak can finish this fight. In the chat, let's see. We got Effie said yes, Braun Bra. Let's go, David. Bunny Hunter said David Dvorak is a parlay piece based on the strength of schedule and short notice. Yep, because you gotta factor all that in. But it's like plus Mr. Plus Money said, you gotta take your opportunity, get in the UFC, fight who you can, and then you really show yourself on your second fight. But you got to at least give a good showing this fight, you know. And another dude came in on short notice, which was Ronderos. He fought David Dvorak on short notice, and David Dvorak handled him like really easy, beat him up on the feet, and then choked him out. So, but yeah, Mushroom. He said, any Action Sportscast, what's up? Slick Montana said Ursegg at plus 230 isn't value enough for me. That I'll bet him by sub for the short notice aspect plus 600. Yeah, because I think that's how it gets.
I like that better. If
Yeah.
you're
That's
on
how he
Ursegg,
wins.
yeah, I like
That's
that better. Don't do the money line. It's not. I just think it's worthless. You can get plus 600, and that's how he wins.
Definitely. Great point, Slick. Great point, man. Effie said Mushroom MMA, what's up? CJ, damn, 7 p.m. Eastern start because there's 11 fights. Yeah, that's why we started a little late and we talked and bull crap a little bit because we'll get through these 11 quick. Let's see. Eric the Red said Nunes by sub, parlay with Charles by sub is plus 2,100. That's good odds.
I like it.
Gonna take VGK Panthers under 6. All right, in the hockey game. So they're Effie sharp too. Effie knows
Under
his
6
hockey.
goals. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, I can see that.
check that out. Let's see. Eric the Red, club and sub by Charles on the parlay. I like that. Our boy Lay from UFC Gambling Addicts in the chat,
Lay?
man. What is up, Lay? Appreciate you coming out, hanging out with us. Everybody check out Lay's gambling. UFC Gambling Addicts on YouTube. Lay is from England. Got the greatest voice in the game, dude. And he's got the best picks in the game too. Super sharp. Breaks down the fights perfectly, man. He's one of the first ones I was listening to, and I really enjoy that. And we're gonna get him on one of these pay-per-view shows.
We're gonna get him.
I tell everybody right now, he's the #1 guest I want to get on one of my shows. I've been trying to woo him in the I've been trying to slide in the DMs on Instagram too. We'll see. So
Awesome.
hopefully sometime. But yeah, Lay is awesome. Great picks, great everything. Check him out on Instagram and YouTube. And he said Dvorak TKO decision minus 160. That's the perfect bet.
That.
Because like I said, I can't see if it goes under and he gets the knockout because I don't see him really subbing this dude. Dude's good to sub, but he can get
won't
the
sub Ursegg, in my opinion.
No, so minus 160 is great. That's exactly how I see it going down. I'm about to be able to bet online on the 28th, and I might start doing it so I can get bets like that, or you guys get them takedown bets and all that. But that's a sharp bet right there, everybody. I think.
I like
Saba said Dvorak decision, Mushroom Dvorak decision, and just in case he lands that knockout, that minus 160 is lovely. What's Dvorak by decision? Plus money?
I think it's like plus 100 or close to it.
I'd spend that extra 60. Well, 320, 3.2 to win 2 units. Harv goes solo. What's up? What's y'all's top pick? I said probably the Fugitt under 2.5 is what I like. That's my favorite pick on the whole card.
I like that a lot too.
Eric said, "What up, Lay? What's your guys' favorite pick?"
I like Mike Malott.
This guy.
Let's see. Favorite. I mean, it's tough. I mean, I like Ige money line. I like Dvorak money line.
I think
under Malott fight, the under in the Charlie Olives fight. Those are my top 4. I'd say
you can take the Fugitt under 2.5, and the Charlie Olives fight doesn't go to decision, and I believe it's like minus 104 for both of them. And you can even get the extra half a round on the Charlie Olives one. Everybody's saying what up, Lay, because everybody respects Lay. Great dude.
Lay.
What up, Lay? Ice Viking. Yes, Malott loses. Yes, he does. I bet on it. I really do think that. I think Fugitt's so underrated. It's disgusting here. Lay said, Eric the Red, Ice Viking, what is up? All is good still. Yeah. I really do. Because Fugitt took big shots against Morales. I think he survives the first round. And then he's from there. It's going to get tough. It's going to get real tough out there in Canada. It's going to get real hot. Next fight, though, Diana Belvita versus Maria Oliveira. Josh, I'll let you start off this phenomenal fight. Mr. Plus Money.
Phenomenal fight. Yeah, I'll tell you, this fight's definitely going the distance. Yeah, this isn't the best fight to watch. I think this one opens it up, to be honest. I think this is the first fight of the night both girls coming off of L's, both in the UFC, been in the UFC. I mean, for me, I have a pick on this fight. It's not like a huge pick. I'll probably put half a unit on it. But I like Diana Belvita. I know that Maria Oliveira has beaten someone that Diana has lost to. But I still really like Diana versus Maria. And again, decision. Will this fight start round 2? Absolutely. I mean, these are the kind of bets I'm making on this fight as parlay pieces. Nothing real crazy as far as a lean one way or another, but I do think Diana gets it done.
I like that. Johnny, how do you see this going down, bro?
Yeah, I love the over. I got that in a parlay as well. I'm gonna roll the dice with Oliveira here. I like her. I mean, she's a little bit. Her striking is more. There's more volume in the later rounds. Belvita kind of slows down a little bit as the fight goes on. So I do think it's Belvita early rounds and then Oliveira later rounds. So the second round is going to be the round where, it's going to come. That's the fight where it comes down to who's going to win that round, because I do see it going to decision. Belvita probably wins the first. Oliveira will probably win the third because she's shown before that she goes for it in the third round and she's down. So she has the cardio and the volume for that. So I'm going to lean Oliveira here just because I think she can edge out the second round, maybe in the later part of that second round, and the judges will like what they see and maybe give her the little edge there, and then she wins the third. So no money line bets, though. I'm just going to go over 2.5. I think that hits pretty easily.
I like that. It's a nice, safe play. Artem, who you got, brother?
I've got Maria Oliveira as well, but it's like a very low confidence pick. I feel like Diana Belvita probably potentially could get it done. I mean, I think it's going to be on the feet, and I think it might be somewhat sloppy as well. But the thing is, though, Maria Oliveira has shown that she can push it in the third round, and Maria Oliveira's like biggest problem in her career, especially to kind of start off her run in the UFC, was that she had bad takedown defense and she was getting taken down. Now she has kind of improved that a little bit. And Diana Belvita has a pretty bad track record of getting takedowns in the UFC, because I believe, to my knowledge, the one takedown she got submitted immediately by Jojoa. Yeah. And I don't think, I mean, maybe Belvita could take it to the ground here, but I think Maria Oliveira does win a decision. And I think, as Johnny did say, she can push it in the third round. We saw that against Demopoulos, and I think that we'll probably see that potentially again here. So I've got Oliveira by decision.
Yeah, man. I like that. I'm on Oliveira here. I couldn't get around to bet this fight just because I would hate to lose money on Maria Oliveira. But I think she's going to be faster, right? I think she's faster. I think she throws more volume. But the big thing with me is, like, if you watch Belvita's fights, dude, I watched her fight Hannah Goldie. She hammered Hannah Goldie in the first round, knocked her down, did pretty good. She got taken down herself, but she slows down bad. Like, not bad, not like she's gassed, but her punches, she doesn't put out as much volume in that second and third as she does in the first. And she did that against Gloria DePaula too, and that's why she lost there. And Maria Oliveira builds as the fight goes. And I think Maria Oliveira would have the wrestling advantage here, because like Gloria DePaula beat Belvita, Maria Oliveira beat DePaula. I'm not using MMA math, but Oliveira was able to take down DePaula, and I think that she would have the wrestling advantage here. I think she's more athletic and fast and explosive, and I think it's going to be a close fight. Give me Maria Oliveira, just because if it is close in that first and second, and then she clearly wins the third, she's going to get that decision. But I don't have no money on this. But
it was a split decision when Oliveira beat DePaula, just so we're clear on that. So
yeah.
It went either way. And it was unanimous against Diana. And I'm not sticking up. I don't care about this fight at all.
I thought Diana beat Gloria DePaula myself, but I bet on her. So that's why I'm not betting on this fight no more, because I learned my lesson like that. But like, it's like, I kind of thought she beat DePaula. So it's all very weird. And with girls fights, dude, shout out to Dale from Punch List MMA, because he says, there's only like 3 girls in the world. I mean, this is a close fight, but he says there's only like, 3 or 4 girls in the world that deserve to be minus 300 against anybody. And it's like Nunes, Shevchenko, them type of girls. And when you get to these girls, they're just also even. It's just going to be a super close fight. And even though this is like even money, it's like you never know who's going to win. Even with Jasmine and Maverick. Like, I was just doing tape last night for the next fight, and I was rewatching that Jasmine versus Fernandez fight again, dude, and she's not that bad, dude. She's really not. No. But so UFC Lay says Malott TKO sub minus 125, Dvorak TKO decision minus 160, Nate TKO decision plus 320. Olive's TKO sub plus 200, excellent bets. Imavov TKO sub plus 100, some decent double chance lines. Yeah, I like all of them. The Imavov one might be tough, but you never know. He could hit him with some knees to the body. We've seen Jack Hermanson rock Chris Curtis, to be honest. But I like them bets, Lay. Like, appreciate you hanging out with us too. Like I said, comment with us, bro. Slick said, fight to the end by split decision. Exactly. And do you want to be in that situation? I hate it. But I like the plus 350 on that. That's a good call, Slick. Imavov decision. Oh, TKO decision plus 100. Now we're cooking with oil. There we go. I like that one a lot. Especially at plus money. Josh said, fight of the night right here, boys. Calling it now. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. UFC gambling addicts, the homie. Yep, the homie Lay. Smoke break Lay, dude. It's always great when he comes out. Mitchell said, what's Artem drinking? What you drinking, Artem?
I was drinking like a fat burner, which is like a pre-workout sort of thing. Which you drink like just before your workout, because I'm trying to lose weight, because I'm actually making my boxing debut in October.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like a pre-workout sort of thing, but on rest days like today, which I'm not going to be training, you just drink it in the morning, and it like helps you lose weight apparently. But that's the idea of it.
Yeah, that's good. I see all the stuff back there.
Yeah. I kind of there was a massive sale for King's birthday, and I just bought these mystery packs that were like normally like $150. They're $45, so I just bought them. And I got heaps
all kinds of stuff.
I'm stocked up for like 2 years now.
Yeah, next time we see Artem, he's just yoked up. He's like Patty. He's out in here addicted to combat. I told him you better bring them. What are them called, Johnny? Smelling salts. I knew Patty.
Oh yeah, smelling salts.
Yeah, I seen Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan doing them the other day. I'm gonna hit one. Give me one. Bunny Hunter said Belvita look like mixes up her striking better than Maria, who in my eyes mostly uses her hands. Belvita money line, and Belvita is a kickboxer from Romania. I think she probably does. Yeah, definitely use better kicks. And if she comes forward, she can win this fight, because that was a big thing I noticed when Oliveira was fighting DePaula. When DePaula was pushing her back and Oliveira was like kind of just like moving around a lot, she was just getting beat up. But when she stood her ground and came forward, she started beating up DePaula. So it was very weird. Pre-workout, yeah. Slick said fight to the end by split decision, throw a quarter unit on it and go drink while the fight starts. Bias Oliveira plus 3.5 points, minus 190 is an angle I like. Jesus. Seth Berg, is blood money on Anders? No, I actually picked Andre Barriault in that, but I didn't bet it. I just really like the over on both dudes being durable. But I could see Anders winning that fight. Harv goes solo. It hurts to say, but I'm going with Dariush. I didn't read that comment first. I just skipped right over that one. Eric said, man, I hear Maria been on TV show lately and hasn't been training. Yeah, she hasn't fought in a long time either. Theo Green, what is up? Do you guys think all the women's fights go the distance today minus the main? Yeah.
The main goes the distance, personally. That's just me.
It could. The other ones seem easy to go the distance. The main is the main's going to be greasy, sweaty, dude.
The main could go the distance if Nunes wins. I don't see Aldana winning a decision.
Yeah, both of them got girls throw bangers on the feet, and they're both got some nice jiu-jitsu. Yeah, Mitchell said that a boy Artem getting strong. Hell yeah. Derek, I'd rather be on Belvita, but my money is on Oliveira. Take both. Yeah. I think women's MMA is great for gambling because the skill gaps are usually much wider. Right. Yeah. You get them even fights. Lay said, let's go Artem with the boxing debut. Let us know when there's betting lines on you. We're going to max bet you easy money. Let us know.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Definitely won't be probably for a while though, because I'm just kind of boxing in like a little hall in the middle of town. But
get everything perfect. Don't go in there. Not ready, dude. You know who's a little badass boxer? Burt MMA.
Yes,
MMA.
He is. Yes, he is. He's like 2-0, 3-0, and that's really good for an amateur because like a lot of the times when you fight as an amateur, like. Yeah, it's pretty common actually for a lot of people to actually lose their first couple of amateur fights because they go in there against people more experienced. And Burt, like the guy that he beat in his first fight had like 4 amateur fights, and it was his debut, you know. So
yeah,
he's finding a much more experienced
Bert's a
guy.
state wrestler. He's going to be an MMA guy. I don't know if you guys know that. He's going to fight MMA, dude. And he's like a state wrestler. I think he's going into 12th grade this year, so he can be a state champ because last year he placed in the top 10 as a junior.
He was
so
top 10. That's true.
Come back as a senior. And then, dude, not only that, but if you watch Bert MMA fight, I just want to say this real quick. His boxing, he's a fucking junkyard dog. Like, he's not standing back. Like, he's coming at you the whole time, dude. Just he's like Trevor Peek. He fights like Trevor Peek in the boxing ring, bro. And
he's got really good cardio as well, because that's how he won his first fight, because he lost, I believe, on the judges' scorecards. It was a 3-round fight. He lost the first 2 rounds, and then he knocked his opponent down in the last round and the third rounds twice to win the fight.
Yeah, we've had him on a couple shows, and we're gonna have him on some more. I know he wants to fight the dudes in Canada. The 2 brothers, I know they always used to get into it, and Bert was young then. Now it's like, damn, he said he'd fight them both at the same time. He's crazy. Damn. MMA Ricky, bro, what is up, man? He said, what's up, my dudes? Let's make some money, dude. Appreciate that donation, bro.
Yes, sir.
We're definitely gonna make some money. Who's your best bet tonight, MMA Ricky? Let us know your best bet. And what other bets you got? But really appreciate the donation, man. That's freaking awesome. Eric the Red, a lot of decisions tonight. That's how I'm seeing it too, bro. I got 3 overs bet. Harv goes solo. Do y'all like Charles Oliveira? I love the dude. I like Benny too. I like both of them. I mean, they're 2 of my top like 7 to 10 fighters in MMA right now. Both of them. They're both great.
Charles number 1, but Benny's like number 8 for me.
I like him a lot. Dude, I'll tell you what, I've made a lot of money. The 2 people I made the most money on in betting MMA so far, through my whole time of betting, is Beneil Dariush and Glover Teixeira, because they were both badass motherfuckers, and then they took like a loss or 2. Like Dariush got knocked out a couple times, and Glover got knocked out by like Gustafsson them. So then they dropped down a level, and they were fighting all the like Glover's fighting like Carl Robertson, Ian Kutalaba, like all these dudes, and he was the underdog every time, dude. I made so much money, and then same thing. But yeah, we'll get through this. Patty from Addicted to Combat, taking a break from day drinking to say hello. Best of luck, Patty? Boys. What up, Patty? Appreciate you coming out. You guys know Patty, Addicted to Combat? He's got a great channel, dude. You guys,
I don't know that. I don't know that man.
I don't know him from nobody.
Apparently, I'm gonna see him Friday. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a great channel, dude. His YouTube channel. He's out there TikToking too. So Patrick, check out my dude, Mr. Plus Money on TikTok, dude. He's got his social media game's on point. So but everybody check out Addicted to Combat on YouTube, on everything, man. Twitter, Instagram, great dude. We'll be seeing him next Friday at the Bellator. We all got tickets together. It's gonna be sweet. So appreciate you coming out, Patty, and good luck. You're gonna kill it tonight, man. Raw Torque, let's go. Justin, gentlemen, I need to know if Mike Malott will get KO'd or dish it out on Fugitt. Thinking fight doesn't go distance. That's
this is fantastic. This is like the question of the question of the card.
Yeah, I like that. Kyle Nelson's got way more of a chance than anybody's.
Just do the under 2.5. I
think Kyle Nelson loses personally.
But it's going to be a 29-28. I think he wins the first round. And who wants to bet somebody minus 250?
I've got a lot to say about that fight when we get there. So
yeah, I think that's the next fight. I'm getting excited to talk about the same exact fight.
Which one was it?
Looks like it's next. Blake Builder versus
Kyle Nelson. That is next.
Yeah, let's start that one. All right, Blake Builder versus Kyle Nelson. Oh, well, shit, Artem, let you start it off.
Oh, all right then. Okay. So here's the thing. I think Blake Builder does win this fight, and I do think he does probably get Kyle Nelson down to the ground at some point, and I do think he probably will submit him when he does that. But the problem with Blake Builder, that is why I am always going to be skeptical of him in the future, is when I was researching this guy for Dana White's Contender Series, and I actually picked him to lose that Dana White's Contender Series fight against the Canadian and Alex Morgan, actually. But he was getting dropped. He was getting hurt. He was getting knocked down by much lesser competition than UFC level competition. And his striking defense just wasn't all that there. I was even seeing some people question the chin, but I mean, he's getting dropped and he's recovering and he's winning the fight still. But he has been hittable in the past. Now it has gotten better. He's definitely been something that he's recognized as something that he needs to improve. But yeah, it's definitely getting better. Is my microphone working at the moment?
good.
You're good.
Oh, sorry, because my
We're just quiet. We're listening.
Me too. I want to see what he's
Yeah, you're good.
So
He's
I'm like,
he thinks we're all froze and shit.
No, it's because the green light on my microphone thing just stopped showing up when I was talking. So I was like, oh man, it's not working. But
that threw you off course.
Yeah.
I'll yell at you if it's not working. Trust me.
The thing with Blake Builder, as I was saying, is he has been very hittable in the past, and he has been dropped and hurt on multiple different fights against multiple different opponents that aren't UFC level. But it's definitely something that he's recognized and has improved. And you kind of saw it in the Shane Young fight. I thought that was a very close fight against Shane Young. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm from New Zealand and so is Shane Young, but I thought that was a very close fight. And but in this fight here, Blake Builder, I think he's going to put the wrestling on. I think he's going to take down Nelson and probably submit him. But Nelson's best chance, in my opinion, is actually on the feet because, as I said, Builder is hittable. And I don't know. I think genuinely when Blake Builder takes that step up in competition and he does take on a dangerous striker that can defend his takedowns and can keep the fight on the feet and does have the power on the feet, that's when I think I'm going to fade Blake Builder, but it's just not yet. I don't think it's against this opponent.
Okay. All right, Johnny, what do you think, man?
I'm on the Builder side, but I don't like the money line. I think it's a little too high. I would rather have it at like minus 160, 170 range. I think it might be where it started, but he's been, bet up all the way up there. So I just think he's going to have the better wrestling and grappling for sure. But I think he's going to have the better cardio too. And I don't see him getting the wrestling going until maybe in the second round sometime. I think it's going to be one of those weird first rounds where they're kind of going to be scared of each other and they don't want to make a mistake and this and that, each guy, because, Builder's not going to want to make a mistake on the feet. Nelson's not going to want to make a mistake and get taken down either. So I like this fight to go to decision, actually. I think Nelson may squeak out early round, and then Builder will probably win the last two. And I don't see a finish in either side. I just think it's going to be one of those weird, boring fights. And for my bet, I got a fight to start round 3 at minus 115. I'd rather do that than the over 2.5, but I still think this fight goes to decision. If there is a finish, it's going to be in the third round. And I do think it'll be Builder by submission then.
Okay. All right. I like it. Mr. Plus Money, what you got, brother?
Yeah, I like that take. If my service is no good, let me know. I like everything that Johnny just said. To be honest, my bet for this one is Blake Builder. I was just checking the odds by points, which is by decision, plus 260. That's my bet for this fight. That's what I like for this fight. Don't get me wrong. I do think that Kyle Nelson, he's got the height, he's got the reach. He is a dog. He shaved his head. He looks way crazier with the shaved head. I think he's okay. I think a guy like Blake Builder, this is like out with the old, in with the new. Nelson's been in UFC for years, 4, 5, 6 years. Builder's just coming in from the Contender Series. They're the same age, but this is like out with the old, in with the new to me. Yep. Blake Builder. And again, I like it by decision. Although, yeah, could he get a sub? Of course, I could see it. But I think it's a decision. Plus 260.
Nice. That's a really good line. I'm taking Blake Builder by decision. I wanted to bet the over 2.5, to be honest, at plus 120. But like the problem is like basically what Artem was saying, man. If you actually go watch the tape on Builder, like he's getting taken down and controlled on the regional scene. He's getting knocked down in multiple fights by like lower level guys, like legit dropped. But he's tough. He's resilient. He comes back. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's a Golden Glove boxer. The thing is, like Kyle Nelson, like I said, I'm picking Builder by points, but Kyle Nelson's good. Like people is writing him off. That's why I made a post on Twitter about like Jazz Dariush, Kyle Nelson, Nate Landwehr, Fugitt, and these guys being underdogs that have a good chance because they're all like tough people. They're all tough fighters. They're not like Victoria Leonardo coming in here going to take 3 punches and quit. Like Kyle Nelson's been in there. He's been in some dog fights. Him taking a round off Duho Choi, the Korean Superboy. That's pretty good. Like he's bigger than Builder by 3 inches. He's got 2.5 inches of reach. He's got decent kickboxing. He's got good wrestling. He's strong. And I think that he's going to come out and take the first round for sure. Just because that's just how he is. He's going to land some takedowns, but that's also why he gasses out in the later rounds. So I'm going to say that Nelson takes the first round and then Builder can start taking over in that second and third. But yeah, man, I'm going to take Builder by a close decision. I do think he gets it, but it's going to be tough, man. So we all pick Builder, but we all think it's by points except Artem. What'd you have? Builder by what?
I got Builder by submission actually, but yeah, but it is worth noting though I did pick against Builder on Dana White's Contender Series because I thought he was going to get knocked down and knocked out because he was taking on a striker in the Canadian Alex Morgan, and to be honest, that was the best performance of Builder's career. He got the back of if I recall correctly, like within minutes of the fight starting, he got the back of Morgan and choked him out in 3 minutes. So, I mean, I looked pretty dumb, but oh well.
Yeah. I mean, that happens. He didn't impress me against Shane Young either. He lost a round there and had to like turn it up in the third. And Shane Young's not good. Like I would take Nelson to beat Shane Young. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Lay says Builder sub decision. I like that because like you guys like maybe third round sub or decision. I like that. I see Matt Solis, and I believe he subbed him in the third round, and he's Matt Sales, and he's not even a grappler. Kyle Nelson looks like the more well-rounded fighter. He has good takedown defense and has some pop and striking. Sprinkle a little something on Kyle Nelson money line. I don't mind it. Herb Dean, Nelson is much bigger. Takedowns won't be easy. Maybe later. I think Nelson's going to be the better wrestler here, to be honest, than dude, for real. Nelson has the power advantage and Builder gets hit. I'm still on Builder. Yeah, Nelson could drop him. Nelson could try. It's going to be. I stayed away from this fight, but I did like the over and like Mr. Plus Money, man. The UFC ain't really wanting to build up Josh Nelson at this point, or Kyle Nelson. You know, he's 1-4-1, and you got Builder, undefeated dude, long hair from fucking California. That's who they want in there. So, Builder line is high. Yeah.
I like that double chance that someone just said though. Sub and decisions plus 135. Still get the plus money on it. I like it.
Yeah. Yep.
Where is it? Wait, hold on.
What's up, Blessings? Appreciate you coming out tonight, hanging out with the boys.
Oh no, it's minus 160. I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's not.
Yeah, Lay put that up. That's a nice bet too. Nelson is nothing bigger. Yeah. Fugitt is much more formidable opponent than Nelson, though. But yeah, that definitely. But I just don't know if Builder's a more formidable opponent than Malott or formidable. You know, I don't know. I'm not sold on Builder yet. And Malott is a demon in the first round. But he might turn into Casper the Friendly Ghost in that second. when getting elbowed out. But yeah, Builder by third round decision. Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah. Let's see. Nuttenberg. Damn, bro. No notice for me. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, put it out on Twitter and stuff. But thanks for coming out, Anthony, and hanging out like you always do, bro. But we still got a lot to go. That's why we're gonna hurry up a little bit. We got an hour. I think we maybe got about 6 fights. Seth Berg, what is up? Says Nelson does have pretty good spinning back kick. He's got decent kickboxing. That's really what his background is. And then he's been wrestling and clinching more. Damn, no need to shit on Victoria. I mean, did you see her mouth injuries after that? Yeah. But I mean, she's quitting a couple fights. I mean, she did break her arm. She's just fragile. She's not really, I mean, it's not bad. She's like a school teacher and stuff. She's just fragile. I think she's broke her arms in fights twice, and then now that face thing. Appreciate you coming out, Herb Dean, hanging out with us, man. Pick Builder around 3 sub. MMA Ricky, my favorite attribute of a fighter to bet on is durability and cardio, and some of these dogs got it. Junkyard dog style, yep. Yeah, I agree with that, Ricky. DK, SP, SGP, Builder money line, and over 6.5 minutes plus 105. Oh, all right. Yeah, I like that. That's not bad at all. That's a really good bet, Bias Bets. Everybody follow Bias Bets, like I said earlier, on Twitter. He's got all kinds of good stuff. Which dogs have durability on the card? Pretty much all of them, in my opinion. All of them.
Chris Curtis, potentially. Like, he has been hurt and a lot in his career, but I think Chris Curtis is probably pretty good.
I don't think there's one person on this card with durability issues besides Malott, because he got knocked out by a Kima Dawoodu at 145 pounds, and Kima Dawoodu doesn't knock anybody out ever, besides Mike Malott. Abraham, what do y'all think about this over a 0.5 a takedown for Kyle Nelson? I like it. He's gonna get it. Trust me, Kyle Nelson will land over a takedown. He's got the better wrestling here. I seen freaking Builder taken down on the regional scene by like lower level dudes than Kyle Nelson. DK, SGP, Builder. Oh yeah, sorry. Nelson via KO. Blessings on that Nelson via KO. I don't hate it, man. Builder keeps his left hand too low, gets hit with the right hand too easy. Nelson throws heat too when he's still got the gas. Robert, what's up, man? Aoriq-Lang is lock of the night from New York. Book it. Okay. I don't mind it. I picked him.
I don't know about lock of the night though.
That's tough. He must have a read, crazy read. We'll see, man.
More confident than I am, I'll tell you that. But I do like Aoriq to win.
I do like Archie-Lang as well in that fight as well. So yeah.
Yep. Builder by sub or points got me hooked. That's Lay. That's That's UFC Gambling Addicts. Check him out on YouTube. You'll like all his picks. He's a smart dude. He's an OG of the game. Malott will shut this guy up. Sheesh, man, that's disrespectful. Zahabi, Aoriq by split.
Canadians are coming out in full force for you.
I know they're coming at me, but we'll see. I say Fugitt, man. That's what I say when they come at me like that. I say, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Plus, Blake is happy to play off his back for a little bit. Yo, Malott, round 1 sub. Sheesh, man. All right, boys. Next fight. Jasmine Dariush, Miranda Maverick. I'm gonna start this one. I'm gonna take Miranda Maverick, but I'm gonna take her by a close decision. She's going to have to be able to out wrestle Jasmine Dariush to win this fight, and I'm not 100% sold she's gonna do that. Jasmine's bigger. She showed good wrestling, like offensive wrestling. I know they say stuff about like the Kay Hansen. She didn't really try to offensive wrestle her too much. She did land some takedowns, but later in the fight when Hansen wasn't as dangerous. But I think that against Fernandez, she looked really good. Now, Fernandez doesn't have great wrestling herself, but she had to like keep chaining together takedowns, trying to body locks, all that. I think Maverick win because she should have a little bit better striking, be a little bit faster. She may be able to land some takedowns too, but I think this fight's going to be really close. But give me Maverick by decision, just be a little stronger. Mr. Plus Money, who you got, brother?
This fight ends in points. That's the only thing that I would want to bet.
I like it.
It's for sure going to go to the scorecards here. I don't hate JJ, man. Everybody's all over Maverick, thinking that she's a great parlay piece. I don't see it. JJ's not that bad. Like you said, she's bigger. She's got size. But yeah, I mean, she'll have to avoid those takedowns that Maverick's going to come with, obviously. Fight to go the distance. I'm putting together a parlay right now, and that's definitely going to be one of the pieces. That fight's going to decision.
I like it. That's a good pick. Johnny, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, this fight will be closer than the line probably says, but I like Maverick here. I think she's going to be the better striker. She's younger. She's quicker on the feet. Jasmine's a little slow. I'm not saying she's like super slow, but she's strong. She's good in the clinch. And she does have a little bit of, sometimes she has trouble getting those takedowns because she likes to trip a lot rather than go for singles and doubles. So Miranda's going to be a little bit smaller, have a lower base. Her takedown defense isn't amazing, but it's not awful either. So the way Maverick is going to win is keep his fight on the feet, outstrike her. I think that's going to be the easiest path to victory. But Maverick can get a takedown here. Jasmine's not the greatest takedown defense either. So give me Maverick here by decision. I don't see a finish at all unless maybe Maverick can get some kind of crazy submission on a weird scramble. That's about it. But this fight goes the distance for sure. But it's going to be a close fight. Maverick by decision, though.
I like it. Artem, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, I've got Miranda Maverick. I don't think the line is justified at all. I mean, Miranda Maverick, I thought she was going to dominate Shanna Young because she had fought Shanna Young in the past and won by first round submission in that fight as well, actually. But she kind of at points was struggling to get the takedowns. And if she's going to be struggling to get the takedowns against Shanna Young, Jasmine Sudovicius is, I believe, a Canadian national wrestling champion and does have good wrestling. Aside from when she's fighting Natalia Silva, who's just beating her up. But I think what could happen is I think it definitely goes to decision. I think both girls will probably be trying to get takedowns on each other. But I think if the wrestling does cancel out and the fight does stay on the feet, I do think Miranda Maverick is the more technical striker. But this is a close fight. I mean, I think, what is Miranda Maverick right now? Like minus 300 or something like that? Like
lower now. It's like minus 250. She's been dropping a bit.
Still too wide. Like I mean, the thing is, Miranda Maverick used to have, I would say, probably quite a bit of hype on her, but I feel like even in wins, it's kind of died down a little bit because a lot of
judges stole her hype though against Barber.
Yeah, and then
it looks like some sharp money's coming in on JJ. Just saying.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like is happening right now. Moving that line down. She was minus 350, minus 320. Now she's down to like minus 260, 280, whatever.
We got to take into consideration too that it's going to be close, and if it is close, where are we at? Canadian.
Yeah, I mean,
where's JJ from? Yeah, she's going to get up there, and she might have the same conference judges, man. So
I don't mind the split play either, because even if it's not that close, there might be one judge just say, "Hey," just to let the Canadian people, give them a little bit of a bump.
Sandhagen judge,
actually,
it's a prelim fight. Either one could afford the L. They're both not going anywhere. Why not make a split decision? Right?
I'm a firm believer in the crowd can change that. Me and Johnny seen it firsthand. Like in Columbus, when Kai Kara-France fight Askarov, dude, they booed Askarov like the whole time because it was when the Russia-Ukraine thing started, and then
actually this Russia-US thing.
Yeah, and then every time Kai Kara-France would do anything, even if he just like got up from the ground after being held down for 3.5 minutes, like the crowd went nuts, dude. And I think
he just got a knockout.
Yeah, like I think it just affected the judges like that.
Kai Kara-France won the second and third round, though.
Well, that's debatable because I thought
let's not bring that back up again.
Well, let's
do a whole show on that.
Yeah, we should do a 2-hour show on split on bad decisions, and we're on the other sides of them. We just argue it
dude, that would be fun, actually.
Yeah,
that would be
Chris
fun.
Curtis on there on all his fights, dude. Cry for like 2 hours. I don't have no beef with Chris Curtis.
Dvorak line is moving. I see that in the comments.
Which way? Which way is
up or down?
270 now.
So
there we go.
A little bit back up.
I bought the dip.
Well, it was
you gotta buy the dip, guys.
Yeah, you bought the dip, pretty much exactly.
The thing is, though, as I said, when Steve Ursegg was fighting against Clayton Carpenter, I think Clayton Carpenter opened up like minus 300. And he's
I'm high on that.
I mean, I like Clayton Carpenter. I've also talked to Clayton Carpenter before and his team, but
I don't know if I would
Clayton
put him over Dvorak
compared to Dvorak, who's top 10. It's weird. These odds are strange. I know styles make fights, but if the odds makers were seeing minus 300 in Clayton Carpenter, I'm surprised why they're not seeing minus 300 in David Dvorak. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
I think Dvorak Nunes is safer than Dvorak Malott. If you want to do I think Dvorak and then the Malott under 2.5, because it's almost damn near the same price as Malott. And you get both dudes, you know what I mean? But AJ, let's make some fucking money tonight. Let's go, AJ. Oh, we're gonna make some money. I'm going for 3 weeks in a row right now, and I should have won 630 last week, but the Kai Kara-France me. Lay says Maverick decision minus 125. Yeah, I don't hate that. By domination, too. For domination.
It'll be a little sweaty, though. I like it, though.
In Canada, she might have to dominate. I saw someone on YouTube actually say apparently Canada is like a really bad place in the world for bad decisions for the hometown fighters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hell, Artem, why didn't you tell me this earlier?
It's terrible.
That's what I've been.
Now it's just terrible everywhere. Remember North Carolina? North Carolina was terrible. Vegas is terrible. New York's terrible. Remember Karolina Kovacevic versus what's her nuts? Gomez Seville Warmit. Gomez Silvana Gomez.
It was weird, wasn't it?
They started changing the cards right on TV. Remember the dude? He had to write on the other guy's back.
That was insane.
And even worse, Gomez Suarez got cuts after that fight. So that decision resulted in Gomez Suarez losing her job.
And then it didn't even end up. They did all that, and then it didn't even end up being a split decision. It was just unanimous for that was weird stuff, man.
Yeah. So then the thing is that decision resulted in Gomez Suarez losing her job. And Gomez Suarez was an exciting fighter. She was old, but she had KO power. She was knocking girls down. She actually had a KO, I think, at one point as well. She was an exciting fighter.
Yeah, she knocked out somebody.
Yeah. I know she knocked. I think it was Nali Yang. I think she knocked out Nali Yang.
Yeah, and she dropped.
Yes.
She dropped Demopoulos, dude, and then fell right. I bet her too on that. And she dropped her. I'm like, yes. I went from cashing that bet in my head to instantly oh fuck.
Yeah.
But let's see. Next fight we have. Let's see what Lay says. They said MMA Ricky. I in-played Mav minus 150 mid-round 2. Couldn't believe my life watching the scorecards. Yeah. When they're talking about Maverick versus Barber, you don't want to get Johnny started on that.
It was the worst robbery of 2021, dude. Yeah, it was the worst.
Yeah, that was terrible.
It was the worst, Cody.
Next fight, this one's going to be fun to talk about. Men's middleweight division. Nasruddin Imavov versus Chris Curtis. Johnny, who do you got on this one, bro?
This is going to be another close fight, too. I'm going to go with the dog here. You know what? I think Imavov is just a little. This is a hot take. I'm going to say I think he's a little overrated. I'm not saying he's bad, but I just don't think he's as good as a lot of people think he is. He could be top 15, but I was high on him too. But I've seen so much weaknesses in the last couple fights where I don't think he's going to be that top 5 guy. And maybe even not even top 10. And Chris Curtis is a dog, if you want to say. He's got good stand up. He has good body shots. Imavov, he's good everywhere, but he's not great anywhere. He slows down in the fights. And this is where I think he's going to win round 1. Round 2 is going to be dicey. And then round 3 is going to be Curtis. So you're really looking at round 2, what's going to happen in round 2. And we've seen this happen in numerous times in Chris Curtis fights. Round 2 is always the fight where it's going to make or break him. And same thing with Imavov too. Round 2, that's the same thing. So I think this fight goes to decision. Both guys are durable. And I'm going to say that Chris Curtis finally gets one. The refs give him one, so he stops crying and he wins a decision here.
Okay. All right. That's a good one here. Not too many people were on Curtis this week, and he definitely has a good shot. Mr. Plus Money, let us know what happens.
I like all that. Johnny and me are like just like wavelength, bro. We're just
become best friends.
I think we're best friends, bro. Imavov got his beat by Sean Strickland, who is Curtis's partner, his training partner. I feel like Curtis is going to know what to do, and he's going to get it done. And yeah, I agree. This is going to be a first round knockout. This is you're going to see a lot of fighting in this fight. I definitely like a parlay piece. Round will start number 2. It's -400, but that's why you add it to a parlay to make it into plus money, and that's for sure. This fight will start round number 2. But I do like Curtis. I like the dog. Give me the dog. And you know, if he doesn't get it by points, again, we keep going to these double chance bets. It's going to be a KO. So
right.
Points, Chris Curtis. That's not bad. Give me Curtis. Give me the dog.
I forgot to mention I have this fight to start round 3 in a parlay.
That's going to happen too, probably. But 2 is even safe. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Artem, who do you got in this one, bro?
And this one I've got Nasruddin. No, sorry. I've got Chris Curtis. I was reading the screen. I have Chris Curtis to win. I like him as the underdog. And as Johnny said, I mean, I do think Nasruddin Imavov has been overrated. You know, I picked Sean Strickland to beat him when he stepped on like 4 days' notice. You know what I mean? And yeah, so not a lot of people were doing that. But yeah, I picked Strickland to beat him. And what's important about Strickland beating Nasruddin Imavov is Chris Curtis's main training partner and one of his best friends is Sean Strickland, right? So I can just see Sean Strickland really helping Chris Curtis with a game plan, talking about what worked, talking about what didn't. And Chris Curtis, I believe, was in the corner for that fight as well, giving Sean Strickland advice on how to beat Nasruddin Imavov in the middle of the fight. So Curtis has kind of seen what Imavov does in fights firsthand, and he's got someone with experience with Imavov. Now, Imavov he's massive for middleweight. Sorry, he's massive for middleweight, and Chris Curtis is a former welterweight. I mean, Chris Curtis has even said that he thinks that he could probably make welterweight again. But so there is going to be a size difference in the cage. Imavov, you know, he was huge compared to Joaquin Buckley. Now, Buckley has kind of always been quite small for 185, and now he's at 170. But Imavov is massive for 185, and I think maybe if he can use that size in the wrestling, he can get it done. But I think Curtis's style, his striking style is quite good for a matchup against a guy that probably will want to wrestle him because he's a boxer and his striking pretty much is purely boxing. He's got a very high guard and he's got great takedown defense. I think he just boxes up Nasruddin Imavov over 3 rounds. I think he wins by decision, or maybe he can work for it like a late finish if he can really wear on Nasruddin Imavov, who we have seen slow down in the past, like when he fought in France against Buckley. We saw Buckley really put it on Imavov in the 3rd round, and Buckley kind of took that round by just really hustling. But speaking of hustling, we've got 40 minutes until the fights, so we should probably and yeah, I'll leave it at that.
All right, yeah, man, I got Mr. Plus Money and Johnny beat. I got fight starts round 1 parlayed with some stuff. Nah, I got the over 2.5 in this fight, man. I think both these dudes are super durable. The Chris Curtis, I mean, he fights a little different than Sean Strickland, how Sean Strickland comes forward with a lot of pressure, and that was kind of throwing Imavov off. And then another thing, like I'm taking Imavov here by decision. Another thing, he gassed out against Buckley, but he was wrestling a shit ton against Buckley, like more than he usually does in most fights. Like he was chasing the takedown, and that I think that's what made him slow down, because he showed 5 rounds of pretty good cardio of just striking with Sean Strickland. But it's going to be a really good fight. But it's like everybody says, you know, Chris Curtis usually takes off that first round, lands a couple body shots. Second round starts fighting a little bit more. It's perfectly like Johnny said, where it's going to be depend on who wins that second round. And the other thing that really steered me towards Imavov is the fact that he fights a lot like Jack Hermanson. Well, in the kickboxing, you know, moving around, like light on his feet, coming in and out, throwing front kicks and stuff like that. And I think that style works really good against Curtis because you just keep him off him. But then, you know, in that third round, if Imavov slows down, he's not doing so much of that stuff to keep Curtis off him. Curtis is hitting him with them big body shots. Because I bet the over on this, but the tough thing is like when you see Imavov knock out someone like Brandon Allen, because I feel like that's like the level that Imavov's on, you know, it's like a Brandon Allen level at this point. And in the striking, he might be a little better, though, a little more durable. So give me Imavov. I think he takes this by decision. I just bet the over 2.5. And he's just going to have to survive a really, really tough third round, I think, you know. But that's if he hasn't just beat up Curtis enough to the body and stuff to slow him down, because Curtis didn't put a hard round on Jack Hermanson at all. So MPTV, what is up, bro? He said Curtis needs to add kicks to his game. Nasruddin is lame. Decision, unless Saudi needs some extra cash, right? I mean, probably not after last week. He's probably flush as hell right now.
Curtis doesn't normally kick, but he can. He has got some decent leg kicks.
That's good knees. That's what he hit Phil Hawes with. Like he stunned Phil Hawes, and that's what the knees is what he actually finished Brandon Allen with too when he gets dudes hurt. So he's a good finisher, man. Said I really like Imavov. Got him at -125. You killed that line.
That's your line.
Yeah, you killed that line. That's a really good line.
Anthony said, +1. You can get Curtis at +145 right now. More money's coming in on Imavov.
Yeah, and then Curtis just took a beating like a month and a half ago. Like he didn't get knocked out, but he got rocked a little bit against Gastelum. And Gastelum hits hard, dude. And I feel like if you get in that kind of war with Gastelum for 3 hard ass rounds, like I feel like your body would hurt for more than a month and a half. So like, how hard's he been training to get fit?
I just don't think Imavov can put that kind of a style of fight on him, though. That he's more technical. You know, Gastelum was more of a brawler with more power, I think.
Yeah. Blood, do you believe in hedging your bet if you have one leg left in a parlay?
And then how big that parlay is.
Yeah, if it's a giant parlay, 100%, and you can still make money either way. Yeah, man. Get that money. Get what you can get for them mofos. Like, get it. And if it's guaranteed, just get it. I don't usually hedge out. I put in these parlays for my Patreon for my layer cake parlay, like an 8-fight progressive parlay and stuff like that. But it's just like 2 units. So and I usually use it to where the top ticket on it, you can hedge out one of the fights, and it'll be like in the main event or the co-main event, to where if it gets to that point, you can hedge out and get the money. Curtis is +140, +145 now. Wow, dude. So a lot of money's coming in on Imavov. He might get the Canadian rub too, since he's from France. Curtis beat Phil Hawes. Imavov lost to Hawes. MMA Mass says Curtis wins. Yeah, it'd be a different fight, but MMA Mass crazy. Even though Curtis has a great takedown defense, he's only a great boxer. Yeah, Imavov mixes up his striking, wrestles at times. Strickland gave Chris the blueprint, but he doesn't have the same tools. It's gonna be I like the over. I like playing both of them in this, but I'm worried about the body shots from Curtis for the finish. I'm not really too worried about Imavov getting the finish. Bunny Hunter is on Imavov, bias bets. Yeah, I like that. He should win the third. So that means he just has to win 1 round, right?
Yeah, Curtis has to win 1 round.
Yeah, but
as long as there's not a 30-27 for Imavov.
Then dude. Yeah,
or Curtis finishes, obviously.
Okay, so but if the fight finishes, okay, so it has to go to decision, right?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have to. If you have Curtis +3.5, Curtis can win by a finish, or as long as the judge doesn't give Imavov a 30-27.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an excellent bet.
It's kind of like a double bet in a way, if you want to say, like a double chance.
Cody,
Right.
we might have to start betting that every time.
I love the spreads.
I might be betting online here
Well,
soon where I can make some of them bets.
Chris Curtis spread is probably the best one on the card for sure. I don't see him getting finished.
Yimmy ain't lying, bro. Chris Curtis' head has to weigh at least 55 pounds for sure. Large, yeah, he's got a large head. That's how you take them shots. He's built for it. Over 2.5 is a good bet. That's what I bet. Yeah, I put that with Fugitt under 2.5 for the value because I was kind of shocked these ones were at like minus 170. You'd think that one would be like for over under with these bigger dudes, you'd think it'd be a little lower. But let's get into this next fight, boys. We got Zahabi versus Aoriq-Lang. I'll start this one actually. I'm going to take Aoriq-Lang. I think that he's going to have more output and he's going to land the harder shots. Zahabi's low output counter striker. He'll land some decent shots here, but I think that Aori is going to push the pace. And unlike Ricky Turcios, he's actually going to land some of the shots he throws. So give me Aoriq-Lang, but I think this should be a pretty good fight because Zahabi's low output, but he's got that good counter striking. He could land a couple big counter strikes right off the bat that just make Aoriq-Lang slow down a little bit and not want to throw as much stuff because it's what he knocked out Draco with. And I think if you watch him fight Turcios, that's what happened to him. Like in the first round, he cracked Turcios with like 3 counter shots, dude. And Turcios after that was like, yeah, I'll just stay out here and kick air. So, but
That's true. Give
me Aoriq-Lang by decision, but it's going to be tough because if it's close, you're in Canada again. So, but yeah, Mr. Plus Money, what you got, brother?
Yeah, there's another one that it's in Canada. And if it goes to the scorecards, I like Zahabi, and I think Zahabi gets it done. I know we keep flip flopping on the other side, but this is just what I'm on. This is one of my bets. I'm not betting big on it. Again, half a unit. Give me Zahabi. I think he's better everywhere. I don't believe in.
He could be too. He really could be.
Cody Durden, and don't get me wrong, Cody Durden's a dog. Beat him up real good. Jeff Molina beat him up real good. I think his next loss is going to be to Zahabi. I don't believe in Aoriq-Lang, and I know you guys are all on the other side, but that's my take on it. Give me Zahabi. Give me the dog.
I like it, Johnny.
I like it.
Johnny,
yeah, this is a close fight. I was going back and forth with it earlier in the week with my breakdowns, but I'm just going to go with Aori here, and literally only because I feel like he's just a little more aggressive. He's going to throw more volume. He's going to land. He's going to out strike and point Zahabi, unless Zahabi gets some takedowns here and there, which I do think he can do because Aori might get a little too aggressive. I see some takedowns attempts or maybe clinches up against the cage, something like that to slow him down early on. And then it might be an even closer fight than that. So not touching it here. I like the over 2.5. I got the over 2.5 in a parlay as well. Money line though, like I said, it's literally a coin flip here, but I'm gonna go with Aori just because he throws more volume and he might land more to win a decision.
I like it. Artem, what do you got, bro?
I like Aoriq-Lang in this fight, man. The thing is with Zahabi, he does always have good game plans because of his brother and who he trains with, but dude, like when Zahabi's in control of the fight, they're always boring because he's just low volume and he just does what he needs to do to win. And he's just following the strict game plan, which has
another
been
reason why I like the
made
over
for him. But the thing is about Aoriq-Lang is this guy has not been in a boring fight since he got into the UFC. Now he started as a flyweight and he fought Jeff Molina, and that was a war. Like that was a war, and I think that's kicked off one of the first pay-per-views back after the pandemic to my memory. Yeah. And then he fought Cody Durden. And I am going to disagree with you, Mr. Plus Money, sorry, because that was a close fight. You know, the majority of the media did think Cody Durden won that fight. But if you do look at MMA decisions, 58% of the public actually thought that Aoriq-Lang won the fight based on the second and the third round. But you know, I did think Cody Durden won the fight, but it was a close-ish fight. You know, Cody Durden was getting takedowns. Aoriq-Lang was scrapping on the feet. And after those 2 losses, you know, Aoriq-Lang was probably thinking, man, like my career's on the line. I had a lot of success at bantamweight before I signed to the UFC. He's gone back to bantamweight. He's bantamweight full-time now. And he just knocked out Cameron Else in his first bantamweight fight for the UFC. And then he had a scrap with Jay Perrin. But what's scary about that fight is Jay Perrin always had him finished at the end of the third round on the feet. But the thing, I do like Aoriq-Lang in the fight. And I like Aoriq-Lang because I think he's going to bring it to Zahabi. You know, Ricky Turcios I think he threw like 200 strikes and landed like less than 20 or something absolutely ridiculous in that fight. It was
he ate them counters.
It was almost like he fought to lose, you know, it almost like he fought and didn't want to win. It was such a strange plan from Ricky Turcios, but it's not going to be like that Ricky Turcios fight. I think Aoriq-Lang is going to storm forward. I think he is probably going to get hit, but I think he's gonna throw. He's going to throw volume, and I wouldn't mind Aoriq-Lang by KO in this fight. I mean, there's definitely an opportunity there, but I think he's going to be more aggressive and throw more volume. And I think if he can keep it on the feet, which I think the fight will be on the feet, I think he wins. So I've got Aoriq-Lang in this fight.
Okay, so it's 2-2, right? 2 for our.
You got Zahabi?
I think so.
One of us has to lose to the books for the other one.
Aoriq.
Okay, so 3-1. Yeah. But dude, it should be a close fight. Godfather, what is up? He said Dvorak, Builder, Maverick, Malott parlay. What do you think? These guys agree with
Malott is a lock.
Malott is going.
Cody don't like that.
Yeah, I'm all over Malott as well. I like Malott in that fight. We're almost there.
My boy, dude. There. Chef Mike Martin, what is up? This is my boy right here, dude. Helps run my Discord. He's in there with all the funny stuff. He said, "Hey, from Vegas, good luck. Take all the loot, pirate style." That's, you know what we do, Mikey. And he's been with me since like the beginning, dude. Just cool, dude. Robert says, Zahabi is a part-time fighter that's not that good, plus 35 years old. Give me the active younger fighter. I like that. That's good. Those are some good points. Mikey said, it's Nikki. It's his wife. She said, I just threw 50 to win 206. Dvorak, Nunes, Builder, and Barriault. Good luck, everyone. I'm ready for some blood. Yeah, I like that. And plus, yeah. So that's 4 times your money. I like that. Excellent bet, Nikki. Bunny Hunter's a hobby KO, catching Aoriq coming in with that counter, huh? Bunny Hunter. Okay.
Aoriq's tough.
Yeah.
Aoriq's tough.
Yeah.
Both guys are tough.
It's a hobby by boring split decision. That's a good
another one. I like the over too, by the way. Sure.
The over is the best bet on this fight.
That's how he wins, because he does make fights boring, because he's just follows the game plan.
I don't think he's ever been
Aoriq's never been knocked out.
He's got a lot of fights.
He's been subbed twice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of experience. And be knocked out, actually. I never even noticed that. Yeah.
It is. He did get knocked down by Molina a couple times, but
that was a good fight. If you haven't seen that fight, you should watch that fight. That was a war. That was a good fight.
You can't be serious. What is up, man? Appreciate you coming out today. Say good luck today, gentlemen. Good luck to you too, man. We're gonna kill it. And we only got 27 minutes. We'll get through these.
We might just speed through until we get through to the big fight. So.
All right, Mike Malott versus Adam Fugitt. Johnny, I'm gonna let you start this one, man. Let's get to it.
I do think this is gonna be a close fight, but I do like Malott to win. Actually, I just think he's a little bit more dangerous than Fugitt. I know Fugitt might be a little bit more durable, if you want to say, but I like it. I like Malott's striking. I think he's quicker. I think he's got power. Yes, he is hittable, but so is Fugitt. On the ground, I think they're both gonna probably cancel each other out a little bit. So I think this fight might play out on the feet. And if that's the case, give me Malott. I think he's going to get like a club and sub early, like first round or early second. I don't see this fight going into the third round. I love the under 2.5. I don't want to pick a side. So I'm going to go under 2.5. I think one of these guys will finish one another. So give me Malott by, like I said, club and sub first round.
Okay. All right. Artem. What do you got?
I like Mike Malott as well, man. And hey, as someone said way earlier on the stream, do you think Malott folds, or do you think he rises up to the occasion? I think Malott rises up to the occasion here. He took his opportunity in the on the press conference. You know, he kind of made a lot of people like him, and then all of a sudden people were booing Adam Fugitt. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Adam Fugitt does have some ties to Canada. So I didn't think Adam Fugitt was going to get booed like that, but I guess maybe people don't know that, or maybe I'm just completely wrong. But the point is, I am picking Mike Malott, and I actually like Mike Malott by submission, because Mike Malott, this is actually why I picked him on Dana White's Contender Series, and I think he was actually a underdog when I did that. But Mike Malott has been the BJJ coach at Team Alpha Male for a while. I mean, he's got the black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, grappling coach, so he's getting grappling looks every single day, and yeah, I think on the feet, I think Mike Malott's okay. You know, he did catch Mickey Gall as Mickey Gall was kind of like rushing in, like Juliana Pena style. He got hit with the big left hook. But yeah, I think this fight goes to the ground. I think Mike Malott subs him when he does get to the ground because I do think Malott just has to have that great grappling. I think if Fugitt wins, he's going to have to be safe if he gets to the ground and probably keep the fight on the feet, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Mr. Plus Money, how do you see this one going?
I don't want to leave you on the island, Cody, but it's just Mike Malott. He's again out with the old and with the new. Not that Fugitt's too brand old or anything. I just don't think he has it. I think this Malott guy, he's a stud. He talking shit at the press conference. Yeah, he might be annoying to people, but that shit sells. I think he gets in close and hits him with one of those rights, man, and puts him to sleep. I like Mike Malott by knockout plus 230, KO TKO. I think it's inside the distance. And yeah, the best fight, best piece to this fight, or excuse me, best play on this fight, of course, is another parlay piece. Just like Johnny said, the under 2.5. If Mike Malott does lose, it'll be because he got knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I played the under 2.5 on 2 parlays. I actually use that as an anchor because I do see it going like 1 or 2 ways. You know, Malott in the first round or Fugitt after that. I'm not that sold on Malott. It's not that I don't think he's that great. It's just that I don't know enough about him. Like, he hasn't fought the best level of competition. The 2 people he fought were like specialists. Mickey Gall has some striking, but he's a grappler. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he wants to grapple. But he took Malott down one time but couldn't do nothing with it. But and then in the striking, he was piecing Malott up. And actually, I don't know if he broke his nose, but had his nose busted up, and then Malott hit him with that short left hook. That was nice. But I know it's been a long time ago, but Malott's been knocked out at featherweight by Akima Dawodu. Then the one time he's been out of the first round in his career was a draw to a guy that's 6-8-1 because of their draw. He 10-8'd the guy in the first round and then got beat by that guy who's not good at all for the next 2 rounds. And I just think that I think Mike Malott's going to be a great hammer and a terrible nail. And with Adam Fugitt, man, this kid is a dog. He's big. He's thick for this division. He's never making anything under 170, where Malott used to fight at 145. But Adam Fugitt, I just don't see how anybody watches Adam Fugitt fight Michael Morales on 9 days' notice or fights Kinoshita and thinks he don't have a chance here. Like, this dude's tough as hell. He's well-rounded. He's got college wrestling, so he's going to have the better wrestling here. Like Mike Malott coming out of Canada, I don't know what wrestling he had, but it ain't going to be better than American college wrestling unless he's George St. Pierre. The striking, like Fugitt's got Muay Thai experience. He's got decent Muay Thai. And then he's got good wrestling. You see him on top. He's got good elbows. And I think if this fight goes to the ground, it's going to be him on top. Like, you didn't see Mike Malott try to take Mickey Gall down or play on the ground with him. Like, Mickey Gall took him down. He got back up. But I think Fugitt's good everywhere. And I think, dude, he fought Michael Morales on 9 days' notice. And I think Michael Morales is a bigger prospect than Mike Malott, in my opinion. Michael Morales, 14-0, is a beast. And he pushed him to the limit and had Morales looking tired in that second round. So, and one bigger thing too that I watched through the tape that it showed me, like, if you watch Adam Fugitt's body when he fought Michael Morales on that 9 days' notice compared to what his body looked like when he fought Kinoshita and how much thicker he was and looked like he was in so much better shape, I like Fugitt here, man. At plus 175, I think he's a super live dog. I think he's tough enough. I think he survived big shots from Morales in the first 2 rounds. And then gave him back. That's enough to survive Malott's thing. I think I honestly really like Adam Fugitt here, like, a lot. I got him at plus 175 and I bet 2 units on him. But then like I said, I got the under 2.5 on 2 parlays to anchor 2 other basic straight bets because I do think it goes under. So it kind of backs it up. But I'm telling you, man, I really like Fugitt here. He's good. Like, Kinoshita's not bad. That kid's not bad. And he dusted him in the first round. And if that kid would have got out of the first round and came back in the second, Fugitt wasn't slowing down. He was going to come out and just throw more of a beating on him. So high on Fugitt here. I just think he's being disrespected. Plus, because we don't know Malott's heart. We don't know Malott's cardio. There's so many unknowns about Malott. And I know all this stuff about Fugitt. I know he's got cardio, heart, well-rounded, tough as hell, can finish dudes at the UFC level. I don't know. We'll see, though. Talked a lot of shit, man. I kind of need him to come through now, boys.
Are you defending your units right now?
No, I'm trying to like explain to people I think they should have bet Adam Fugitt. Like, because I'm really serious about it. I don't usually just bet 175 plus 175ers and be like, this dude's gonna do this. But we'll see, man. This is my this is my Gaslam and them boys. All the dudes that were underdogs that I took that came back. We'll see. Let's see. Tijuana Raf, what is up? Yeah, that's what that says, right?
Yeah, it's my dude. He's the best soccer capper in the game, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
I'm trying. My eyes are like, because just talking. I don't know. But yeah, man. My grandma loves Dvorak Imavov parlay. Thoughts? I don't mind it. I mean,
I like Dvorak.
I like Dvorak. I don't know about Malott. Yeah,
it's gonna be a close fight. It's gonna be a close fight.
Yo, tell your grandma to stop watching UFC and go watch your show.
Hey, she's got good picks though. Good picks. Your grandma knows what she's
not bad. It's not bad, but it's just gonna be a close fight. You'll be sweating that fight.
Tijuana Ref, appreciate you coming out tonight, dude. Hanging out with us, spending some time. Lay said Mike Malott versus Fugitt is my most confident fight that won't go the distance, man. Someone getting stopped here, definitely. Blood got a good feel on Malott. I feel I really do, dude. I mean, I like my money. I don't like giving my money out for nothing. But Ice Viking. Can a fucking duh. Yeah, that was Mike Malott yesterday. Have a good day, bums. Shady Ubi. Yeah. Sheesh. Ice Viking started on a snuggie. All right, hey, next fight too. Let's get into Dan Ige, Nate Landwehr. I'm gonna put the rest of the comments up. Artem, start this one real quick first. We only got 15 minutes with
all right
4 fights.
Which fight is this? Sorry, I was
Dan Ige, Nate Landwehr.
Dan Ige, okay, I have Dan Ige in this fight, but I really want Nate Landwehr to win, man. This is Nate Landwehr's like big chance to showcase his personality on the big stage if he gets a win, and you know, has his amazing post-fight interviews, probably some of the best post-fight interviews ever. But I do think he's too hittable. I think Dan Ige is going to knock him out, man. Kind of like he did against Damon Jackson. Like Damon Jackson fought Dan Ige with probably the worst game plan I've ever seen for Damon Jackson's skill set. Because if Damon Jackson wanted to win that fight, he would have grappled and wrestled Dan Ige, and he didn't. He got knocked out, got beaten up. I think Ige just catches Nate Landwehr because I think Nate Landwehr's hittable. But Landwehr did say he's going to be shooting in the press conference because, you know, they tried to do the reporters tried to do the who shoots first is going to be like the loser and stuff like that. But Nate Landwehr said, "Yeah, I will shoot first. I will be shooting."
Why wouldn't you?
Break you out. So, hey, maybe you can get something done there. But I've got Ige.
Okay, all right. Johnny, who you got, bro?
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun fight. This is probably gonna be one of the fights of the night. I like Ige here though. I'm rooting for Nate to train, but my brain is telling me Ige a lot because I do think he's a more technical striker. He's not going to get in those brawls that Nate wants. He has good jiu-jitsu too, but he wants to keep it on the feet, and Nate just engages in those brawls, and he's too hittable. That's the point. That's where it's at in my brain. That's all I'm going to break down. So give me Ige. Have him in the money line. I do think it goes to decision. Both guys are tough. You know, maybe Nate the Train gets dropped once, but he'll get right back up. It's not going to be like a clean knockout or anything like that. So, but Ige is super tough. He's not going to get finished. So I like the overs here, and I like Ige money line too. So give me Ige money line.
Got you, Mr. Plus Money. What you got, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna fade that, and I'm taking the Train, and I'm not scared to take a dog like this guy, man. And
it's a good dog.
He's entertaining. Bro, he went to the press conference and put on a show. You know, this is what the people want. Ige's been there for a minute. He's like the top 5 gatekeeper. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I think he's trending down. I like Nate. He's trending up. Give me Nate. Give me Nate by a weird at the end of the second or maybe even the beginning of the third round. Weird knockout. I don't even know what's going to happen, but I think Nate's going to get it done.
Okay, let's go. Listen, I'm not going to lie here. I like Dan Ige. I bet him big over Damon Jackson. But I love Nate Landwehr, so this pick could be biased. So I just want to put that out there. But I'm taking Landwehr because I think he can have more activity, and I think he can mix in some clinch work and some grappling on Ige. Ige does have power, but he's not like the KO guy that like people think. Like he's not really like he knocked out Damon Jackson. He dropped him, but Damon Jackson's been knocked out cold, like cold a couple times. Like Ilya Taporia folded him, and then the other dude he was talking about, that 21-0 dude, the Russian dude, Maverick or whatever, he hit him with the flying knee, dude, that like put him out cold where he just slumped. But I bet the over in this fight. All right. I bet the over 2.5 because Dan Ige ain't getting finished by nobody. And Nate Landwehr is tougher than people think and more durable. Like he got finished twice, but then we're by flying knees, like legit flush flying knees. And just a punch, you seen what David Onama did to him. He fucking cracked him like 2 times. The one time it looked like he was out cold, hit the canvas, woke back up, and he's right back to Nate Landwehr because he's a crazy man. So I don't think, I mean, you're going to have to put him out cold with some flying knee. And I haven't seen Dan Ige flying knee nobody. He did knock out Gavin Tucker really quick, but that was just like a good punch because Gavin Tucker is actually really good. But give me Nate Landwehr by decision. I didn't bet it. I bet the over 2.5 because I think people sleeping on Nate Landwehr's durability. Them 2 knockouts were the only 2 knockouts he had. And he was in Russia before he came to UFC fighting dogs in Russia, dude. And he never even got finished there. And he's got wins over really legit dudes in Russia. So give me Landwehr, maybe bias pick, but give me the over 2.5. And that was like minus 110. Let's see, next fight. We're gonna go to the next fight. I'm gonna wait. Got to put my boy. Let's see. Nate TKO by decision plus 320 all day. Let's go. I didn't even see that though when I was saying, but I'm gonna put Lay stuff up for donating some time to us. But yeah, man, I like that. I like that because it's tough that he could catch Ige, but you never know. But I like that decision. He's gonna put out more volume. Eryk Anders versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Johnny, who you got?
I'm going to go with Barriault here. I like him a lot in this fight, actually. I think he's going to be the better, more technical striker on the feet. Anders might have a little bit more power, but Barriault is a little tough. I think he's tougher than a lot of people give him. And Anders, he might work for those takedowns, but Barriault's a good wrestler, too. He's got good takedown defense. So I think this fight will probably stay on the feet. Maybe Anders gets 1 first round like takedown, but other than that, I think Barriault is going to be able to out cardio him in the end and either win by like a 3rd round knockout or a decision. So, and then also we say this a lot. He's Canadian, so he might get a little home cooking there in the judges' scorecard. So, give me Barriault by decision, maybe a late 3rd round knockout, but I like him on the money line at minus 140 range.
I like that. That's a good breakdown. A good quick reels breakdown. Artem, what do you got, brother?
All right, I'll do a quick breakdown on this one here because I want to talk about the co-main event.
Exactly.
I've got Marc-Andre Barriault by decision or late TKO. You know, Marc-Andre Barriault's a striker that wears down his opponents. He works the body, and he also does a little bit of clinching, you know, kind of like he did in his last fight was probably like a Marc-Andre Barriault performance that you can kind of expect. Eryk Anders is going to swing heavy. He's probably going to go for takedowns, but I think Andre works him and gets a late TKO or a decision.
I like it. Mr. Plus Money, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, you could same exact thing as Artem just said. That is super sharp. That's how this fight goes. I don't think Eryk Anders has what it takes to actually stop this fight. I think Barriault's going to be smart enough and he has a good fight IQ. I think he just outpoints him, outgrapples him, controls the fight, and wins the fight. And I do think it goes over.
I like it. Yeah, man, I'm taking Barriault by decision. And Eryk Anders is tough as they come. I bet the over 2.5 on this, and since it was minus 175, I really didn't want to pay 3.5 units to win 2. I think the Fugitt under 2.5 is close to like easy money as you can get, so I threw that on it. But I got the Anders over, like I said. But Anders is tough as they come, dude. If you watch the fight at 205 with Khalil Roundtree, the beating he took there, survived it. He took a lot of big shots from Lyoto Machida for 5 rounds. And it was a pretty decent, I think, like split decision, maybe even. So I think he's going to be able to take what, like Marc-Andre Barriault didn't even finish like Dolce Lungambula and dudes like that. He melted Julian Marquez, but it was when Julian Marquez started getting hit, he didn't even try to grapple or do nothing. He just stayed up against the fence. But Eryk Anders is tough. Though I'd be more worried about Eryk Anders finishing Marc-Andre Barriault with the big shot because he hits harder, but he's not even really a knockout guy. I think he knocked out Vicinius Moreira and then Chris Dawkins or Kyle Dawkins. But Kyle Dawkins just had his face rearranged by fucking Roman, the wife stealer. Roman, the wife stealer. So I hope he ain't.
Did you say wife or life?
Wife. Probably both. He looks like a dude.
He's got a baby on the way as well, which is just brutal, doesn't it? It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Anders is the only UFC fighter that said he was betting on himself that lost it publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit hurts.
Wasn't there one more? Who was the Guitar Hero
the one
guy?
The one dude, Justin James. He did it against Charles Rosa, and he lost it to Charles Rosa. That's a tough blow. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to Olive's time.
Olive's time. Charles Oliveira versus Benny Dariush. I gotta let my boy start it. Artem, what do you know? Johnny.
Yeah, get Johnny to start it.
What do you got, brother?
All right.
Let's hear it,
so I'll do 2 quick breakdowns. My bias breakdown is going to be Oliveira by first round knockout. I think he gets it done. I like him on the feet way better. And if it gets to the mat, it's going to cancel each other out. I don't think this gets to the mat. It's going to be quick, easy. I'll say easy. In the 3rd minute of the fight. This is my bias breakdown. Now, real breakdown, I still like Charles Oliveira knockout. I'll say 2nd round this time. I think he's going to get some good body shots in the 1st round. We're down Dariush a little bit. He does slow down as the fight goes on, but I do think Olives will get that knockout in the 2nd round. I like Benny. I'm not trying to be a hater, but I want to remind people who Oliveira is. He's fought killers in his last 5 fights. Don't forget that. All top 5 guys. He lost to the champion. What do you think Dariush is going to do to the champion if he wins? Like, come on, it's going to be the same outcome, maybe worse. So I like Olives here. Don't sleep on this guy, dude. He always gets counted out. Always. In every one of his fights. Every one of them. I even counted him out on one fight, and I was stupid for doing it. I'll admit it. But he won. So give me Olives. Money line plus 130 just to be safe. But I do like the knockout prop at plus 500.
Hey, I don't mind that at all. Artem, let's hear it, bro.
I like Charles Oliveira as well. Like, I'll do a non-biased breakdown, but the problem is with this fight, you can't do a quick breakdown without kind of missing a lot of things out, but I will try my best. Yeah. I like Oliveira to win this fight. I think he is, when the fight's on the feet, the more technical striker. I think he's the better striker. And I like his striking style. He's got that classic shoot box, aggressive Muay Thai style. He's not scared to get it to the ground. So the problem with Charles Oliveira, which is why I think he looked really bad against Islam Makhachev. It was definitely not a good performance from him. But I think he wasn't necessarily prepared for Islam Makhachev to go to the ground with him. I think maybe Charles Oliveira thought that Islam Makhachev wouldn't be so willing to go to the ground with him. And I think he's going to have to be aware of that against Beneil Dariush, because Beneil Dariush is not going to be scared to grapple with Charles Oliveira. But I think Charles can get it done. I really do. I like him. I think he's the better striker. And I think if it does get to the ground, Olives is so dangerous, you know. And as Johnny said, a lot of people, they jumped ship when Charles missed weight against Gaethje. That's a completely different situation, but they all jumped ship, you know. And Olives had one of his better performances. Now, did he get hurt a lot? Yes, but it was one of his most exciting fights, and that's what Olives is. He's an exciting fighter. I think he's probably one of the most exciting fighters on the roster. That's why everyone loves him. I think he wins this fight as well.
I like it. Mr. Plus Money, let me hear why you want the plus money on this fight.
Yeah, Bronx gets the win tonight.
Let's go.
Dariush, you know, although he has beat some good guys, Tony Ferguson, Gamrot, I think he beat Diego Ferreira. Either way, he beat them all by decision. I honestly, I think Charles Oliveira finishes all 3 of those guys in the first round. Maybe not Gamrot. Maybe Gamrot at the end of the second or third. But the other 2 for sure. I really think Bronx, this is a setup for him to get back in that champion contention. This is his fight. Dariush is great, but he's just not it, bro. We're talking top guy versus a top 5, 6, 7 guy, in my opinion. So give me Bronx and plus money all day. And if you want to get real crazy with it, you know, you could take sub second round. You could take sub second round, third round, knockout second round, third round. They're all plus 1,000, plus 2,000, plus 3,000. I mean, you could lay a unit on each one and come out big if he finishes them.
Yeah.
I saw someone bring up in the chat. You're bringing up a fight that was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, Jim Miller beat Charles Oliveira 13 years ago. You know,
That's not
Man, I
relevant.
also
That's
think
how
that
long-
Oliveira
Okay,
beat Jim
Artem,
Miller
we
like
shouldn't
8 years
entertain
ago.
those comments. They're not relevant. That doesn't make any sense. Let's keep it moving.
Everybody's got a bad loss. I mean, look at Dariush got knocked out cold by Alexander Hernandez. But
15 seconds.
I mean, because you got to have that in fighting. Now you got to know, man. Like, damn, these dudes freaking Hernandez kind of cheat, like almost fake glove touch.
Yeah, bro. In 2018, it says Dariush got knocked out in the first round by Alexander Hernandez. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Everybody's got some bad losses.
I don't know what's the worst loss, right? It is what it is.
That was Hernandez's UFC debut on short notice as well.
For me, I'm taking Oliveira because honestly, dude, like Oliveira, if you go watch his fight with Islam, he was stopping Islam's takedowns by the second round. Islam tried to take him down. He stopped the takedowns and he got up from the takedowns in the first round. Unfortunately, through a flying knee. Unfortunately, Charles Oliveira didn't know what we didn't know. Yeah, but we didn't know either back then that I kind of like looked at Islam as like Khabib, where if he can't get the takedowns, he's got to stand up. He's only got like a jab and awkward shit, and he's not going to do nothing. Well, no, now we find out, especially against even Volkanovski, it wasn't a fluke. Like Islam's got legit striking too. Like he's one of them Russians that's just legit striking and grappling, like way like knockout stuff. So I mean, he hurt Volk a couple times, but I just think that the grappling's gonna cancel out because Dariush has pretty good grappling, but most of the time he tries it. Like even against Jakar Close, he took Jakar Close down, took his back for the whole first round. Second round, tried it, couldn't get it. They went at it and just slugged it out. Jakar Close hurt him. I mean, I've seen him get hurt by Ferreira, Jakar Close, way lower level guys than like Charles Oliveira's getting hurt by dudes that are just knock other people dead. Like Justin Gaethje knocks you down, it's usually game over. But the other thing is if Beneil Dariush, his last strength of schedule is just terrible compared to it's not even a comparison. Even with Mateus Gamrot, like I don't think he's that good. But then you go to like Scott Holtzman, Frank Camacho, these type of dudes. If Beneil Dariush had fought Charles Oliveira's last 4 opponents, he would be 0-4 with probably like 3 knockouts in there, like knocked out because his striking's a little slower. Like, so I think the grappling is going to cancel out. And from there, dude, like Oliveira's striking is so much better. Like his knees to the body, the shit he was doing to like Dustin Poirier, it was sick. And that's why he beat him, was just killing his body in the first round with top Muay Thai knees. He's got excellent kicks up the middle. Dariush barely kicks too much. He's got some power body kicks, but that's like here and there. Like Oliveira's throwing out front kicks up the middle, head kicks, leg. Like I'm going to take Oliveira, dude. And like I said, I love both these dudes, but I think there's like a clear stand-up advantage. I think Oliveira throws a lot straighter punches, and I think that he's a lot faster, and I think he's a lot more powerful too. Like Justin Gaethje said when he got hit by Oliveira, he said he's never been hit like that by nobody before. He said it tastes like when he got hit, it was like a battery, like he put his tongue on a battery. That was the taste he got in his mouth. So give me Oliveira by finish, baby.
I want to add in one more thing. During the ceremonial weigh-ins, Oliveira looked great. Like he looked bigger than normal, like more, better in shape, even though he weighed in at 154, which was a little concerning at first, but he looked like he gained that extra weight he needed and he looked ready to go. So, I mean, that's just me, but look at that.
I like it. All right, main event, boys. Amanda Nunes, Irene Aldana. Mr. Plus Money, give us your best breakdown, brother.
Oh, man. All right, I got 2 bets for the main event. I'm not going to get too crazy or horny because we got these fights about to start, and I got to get this. Here we go. These are my 2 bets for the main event. And like them or love them, I'm not betting time props. I like Amanda Nunes by submission for plus 500. I used my super boost and got for plus 750. And then I also put 1 unit on Irene Aldana by KO for 1 unit plus 600. So I think this fight is going to end inside the distance, and I think it's either going to be a sub by Nunes or it's going to be a knockout by Aldana, and that's my take on the main event. That's it.
Let's go. Okay. I like them. I like that, man. It's about to start in a minute. Johnny, who do you got? Who you got?
Again, I think a lot of people are they're wanting to find that lightning in a bottle again, and everyone's picking Aldana. And I think when the lines first came out, Nunes was minus 600 range, and now she's down to minus 300, which is a steal. I think she wins this fight, 9 out of 10 times. I think the striking is the closest, but I do favor her power better, and she's going to be better wrestling and better grappling for sure. So I'm a little different than Mr. Plus Money. I do, for some reason, think this fight goes to decision. I'm going to say Nunes wins at least 4 rounds, and it's not even going to be close. But I like Nunes to win. The only time prop I have is over 1.5 rounds in a parlay, and I also have Nunes money line in a parlay. But I do think it goes to decision for some reason. If there's no finish within 2 rounds, I think this fight goes to decision.
Okay. All right. Artem, who do you got, bro?
I think Nunes gets it done using the wrestling and the grappling. Macy Chiasson, I believe, took down Irene Aldana 3 times and was on her way to winning that fight.
Yeah.
So, I think Nunes used the wrestling and grappling. I don't think she should mess around on the feet because her striking defense isn't all that great. I mean, it's just she's been fighting girls whose striking defense also hasn't been good, so she's been knocking them out. But Irene Aldana is a good boxer. I think Nunes wrestles and grapples. I think she wins.
Yep.
Nice. I don't know. I feel like the under is decent in this fight. I feel like Nunes is going to win because she can use that wrestling and grappling, and she could get a submission. She could get a club and sub. But, dude, Irene Aldana's actually got really good submissions, too. Like, she tapped out Macy Chiasson. If you watch that fight, she tapped her out with the armbar. Like, Macy Chiasson rolled, tapped, and everything. And then they just kept rolling through, and then she got out, and then they just kept fighting. But go watch it. It's at the end of the first round. But her jiu-jitsu off her backs looked decent, so she could hit a weird sneaky sub if Nunes just keeps taking her down and gets lazy. Nunes actually almost got subbed by Jermaine Durandamy. But I think Nunes can take her down. I mean, we've seen she can improve, but we've seen Holly Holmes take her down and just control her for 5 rounds when they fought. So I feel like Amanda Nunes can do that. But in Nunes, if she plays around on the feet too much, I mean, she could get the knockout on Aldana too, or get a club and sub. But like Aldana's got good boxing, and her left hook is like legit. She knocked out Ketlin Vieira cold. She dropped
friend of the show.
Yeah. She dropped what the heck was the one girl's name? Irina Kunitskaya Santos now, but she's got power, man. She's got really good boxing. So the more Nunes plays around on the feet with her, the more dangerous it could get. And then on the ground, I could see Nunes winning her by sub, or I could see just crazy Aldana hitting some crazy weird subs. So I don't know what the odds on this fight just ends by submission would be. But I would like that, but I don't know if this fight goes to decision because I feel like both these girls can finish. They're both like girls that actually finish other girls, and Nunes usually finishes everybody. I mean, she threw that beating on Pena, but that would have finished most girls early. Like she beat the shit out of Pena. But yeah, man, give me Nunes, and I think she gets it done by grappling. And
Cody, I'm also real scared of Nunes as like the ending fight because if everything's going great, you know what always happens at the end of the night, your parlay gets busted with the favorite. So that's going to be everybody's ending parlay piece. And I can't go with it at the end of the night.
I didn't put it on because Aldana is dangerous, but I do think Nunes gets it done, but she just didn't make the cut for my
If Aldana wins this, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Dude, 4 Mexican champions, dude.
Dude, Jair has a plastic belt though.
Yeah,
but I'll
take it. I'll buy it off him.
I think there's a UFC Mexico event September 19th for Mexican Independence Day or something like that Dana White said. So
right. But I mean, dude, obviously their MMA is coming along. You know what I mean? It's really coming along. So I wouldn't be shocked. I just kept it away. But Mr. Pus Money, man, hit him with the goods again. We got 54 people. We was at 100, but let them know where you're at and stuff.
No, real quick, at Mr. Plus Money, all platforms. It was funny. While we've been talking, I built a parlay and I just dropped this in for 1.25 units, and it was built around Johnny, myself, you, and Artem as well.
Okay.
If you guys want to hear it, I'll give it to the people real fast.
Let's go.
It's 6 legs at plus 441. That's some good plus money.
Yeah.
David Dvorak by KO, TKO, or points.
Okay.
First leg.
That's perfect.
Blake Builder fight and Kyle Nelson to start round 2.
Perfect.
Over 2.5 in the JJ Maverick fight.
Perfect.
Easy.
Fight to start round 2, yes, in the Chris Curtis Nasruddin fight.
Money Mayweather.
MAB and Eric Anders to start round.
They will fart. Yes.
Round 2.
That's money.
And then the under in the Malott fight. That's plus 441 and all that shit's happening.
That's good. I like that.
That's really good. That is really good.
Right, you guys after the show if you want. We can all go
ahead, do it. I'm trying to remember what you said. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Johnny, let them know what's up, bro, about where to find you.
Yeah, definitely check out Mr. Plus Money. Definitely check out Artem on all platforms. They do amazing work, breakdowns. They're funny as hell. They're great guys. Artem, especially, which I love the best. He does great Dana White Contender Series breakdowns, which that's what I love the best from him. No offense, Artem, but that's the best. I love it. But you can find me anywhere, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, JohnnyKpicks. Follow me. Do my breakdowns on Sundays and Mondays, and me and Cody always go live on Thursdays, and we always do Saturday shows before the fights if we are not doing another show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Artem, let them know.
All right, so I'm Awesome MMA on YouTube, and I do have an Instagram as well. But yeah, as Johnny said, with the Dana White's Contender Series, it's coming up. I believe it starts in August this year. A lot of fights have already been announced, and there is going to be some really, really good prospects coming out of Dana White's Contender Series this year. There are a couple of fights where it's a little bit iffy, but Contender Series this year, I mean, it just gets better and better every single year, because when it started off, a lot of the time they were just signing guys to cheap contracts and they weren't doing well, but now like the guys on Contender Series are legit guys, and I'm really looking forward to it. It should be good.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Artem does. He gets into all the events, all the different stuff, breaks down the stuff, gets down and dirty where most people don't want to get into. So that's good stuff, Artem. I appreciate you guys coming on the show, hanging out. You know, we'll get you back on. We got this big run going, and we'll have a bunch more shows, and we'll get you back on because you guys did great, man.
Yes, sir.
Say good luck to everybody that came out. John Newquist, Eric the Red, Nervins, Bias Bets, Bunny Hunter, AJ, everybody, man, that came out. I hate missing people's names. Anthony W, Yimmy, Mr. Plus Money. Who was your boys that came out earlier? Slick, right?
Oh, Tijuana Raf, Slick. Guys, I just hit you guys with the follow. These fights are about to start. Bruce, you got to hit the head.
Let's do it.
Fights are just about to start. All right.
Bunny Hunter. All right, boys, let's go. I appreciate everybody out tonight, man. I will see you guys. Good luck, everybody in the chat. You heard that parlay, man, and we'll get you guys back on. You guys have a good night. Good luck.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Yes, sir.